Oh, fuck, I'm hot.
Don't flatter yourself.
I just touched my microphone a little bit and I can just hear it echoing like crazy.
It's icky.
So icky. Anyway, welcome to the Blue Collar Philosophers podcast. I am the sultry voice of Devin Kickstand Brond, and over there we have the dying crow that is the Grinch. And
I just want to tell you to go fuck yourself. Just to start off with.
Well, you just did, so.
No, I want to. I said I didn't.
Didn't even warm up to it.
And tonight we are joined by two guests. We're doing another foursome. Damn it.
Do it. Finish the sentence.
This is not a sausage fest.
We are recording an episode with 4 individuals, 2 guests.
Not
Don't read anything else into it.
Why, before we started, were you making note of how many penises were in the room, though? It's weird, bro. It's weird. It's even more weird that you didn't just repeat it.
I like the count in Sesame Street. One.
You gonna save that beer for later in your beard there, Mike? Or what are we doing there?
Oh, fuck.
You got the
He
Grinch.
got me
That's so
good. He got me so good.
Man. Now everyone's got penis on the brain. Thanks, Brian.
Better
What a
in your brain
great
than in
way.
your mouth.
Speaking of, we're introducing Brian to you tonight, coming at you.
Indeed. Actually, he's recorded with us before,
But we haven't released
but
it yet.
hasn't released yet. And it doesn't look like it's going to release until after this one because we want this to come out on the anniversary.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's going to be real strange.
Yes.
Timeline.
So technically, everybody is
That
going
is
to be
what she
introduced to Brad twice.
Brian.
Did you say bread? You see bread in the corner, and you're like,
can't
his
even tell
name
you.
is now Bread.
I can't even tell you. No, that's cool. So, like, there was a moment there where I felt cool, like I was part of the crew, and I'm
And
it's gone.
Should we just go by your middle name? What's your middle name?
instantly put in place.
Oh, man.
All right. So I'm number 4.
This is going to
Anybody's
take a
wondering.
long time just to get through the intros
His
here.
whole name is Bread Whole Seed Daughter. Or what's the ancient grains?
Flax?
Flax.
Whole
I like
wheat?
it.
Whole wheat.
I don't want to
Whole
be
wheat is
whole
not a
wheat.
grain.
Well, you're white. You
No,
could
it's
just go
the
with
whole-
white then. The
He is
supreme bread.
Can I just be the, like cream of wheat? Just throw cream of wheat at me and I'll just be that.
Creamy.
Yeah.
Q-tip.
Oh, boy.
What a great start.
Yeah.
Put a little butter on me. I'm done.
Anyway, so
We're celebrating 1 year in the best way possible.
what we're doing tonight, guys, is we are celebrating 1 year of Blue Collar Philosophers. And to do that, we couldn't think of anything better to do than to bring on Mike Friesen, who was the guest on the very first
The kickoff.
The Kickoff. It wasn't. We didn't even call it episode 1 because we didn't know if we were going to release it, but we did.
Yeah. We just called Truckers, I think. Yeah, and it is highly downloaded. I can't believe how much it gets out.
that's still one of our top performers.
Yeah.
You're riding the coattails of Mike Friesen, obviously. I
It
know
was
I
my
hear his
celebrity
name.
platform before I even came on the show.
His name's
It was
echoing the halls.
definitely
right.
Mike, and not the fact that we were talking about the biggest news story in Canada at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, also true. Were we talking about the trucker convoy?
Yeah, we were-
Was that what it was?
we were
Okay, so
very political,
we
very-
decided to start recording because it was like the day or the day after Trudeau signed the Emergencies Act.
Yeah.
And we were like, we were super
Right.
upset about this.
Right,
Yes.
yes, okay.
And it has gone downhill
Trip down memory lane there.
Yeah, that was...
Right?
I got pretty upset about that whole thing and the way that it panned out. It went stupid. Like, stupider than it needed to. It was already dumb, and it just went stupider. But, alas, we are in a free country.
Ish.
Ish.
Free
I
light.
couldn't tell if that was satire.
It was
I know. I think that's the point.
just cake.
Yeah, we're there.
We don't know.
We're not sure.
If you don't know if you're free, you're not.
That's
Ooh,
unfortunate.
ooh, somebody just got tingle bumps right there.
Is that like associated with the Peter Tingle?
It's like the chicken skin, the tingle bumps. I made up a
I
new...
love chicken skin. Speaking of chicken skin, if you
so
ever
good.
take the skin off a chicken and throw it in the air fryer,
Crisp
and
like a chip.
It's so good for you. There's so many vitamins. It's actually supremely good for you.
that's the title of the episode.
worked
Chicken
in
skin.
KFC.
Chicken skin.
Well, there's your problem. You can't work at KFC ever.
Almost 4 years I worked at KFC.
You were
No,
at
wait,
KFC
no,
for
you're
4
joking.
years.
I'm dead serious. First job I ever had, and I rode that right to the bitter end, and I quit because, holy smokes, I needed to grow up.
Well, yeah. That's not supposed to be like a career.
Were you in like management?
No, dude, that's the funniest thing. I refused to level up there at all. I just cooked chicken.
you were like-
I was as basic as I
You
could
were like
get.
aggressively low level.
Like you intentionally stayed below radar.
How dare you ask me to count the money in the cash register? I have floors to mop.
Don't have
Who
time.
used all the hot water?
Don't have time for this shit.
How much free chicken did you end up getting though? Like for real.
Honestly, I probably almost bankrupt that place.
You have to. If you work at KFC, you have to bankrupt that place.
I cooked batches of chicken so I could leave with fresh chicken. I got away with more than I should have.
And here we are.
Okay, no, I gotta give it the context. Okay,
I somehow don't think that they gave a shit.
No, see, okay, so this is the thing. The way the
Cartman
KFC
here.
was set up, at least when I worked there was the kitchen on the one side, and then like the office was the other side, but it was just a storage room.
Yeah.
So anybody had access to the cameras. You could see where the cameras pointed. So I remember KFC was doing this thing where they had a big crunch combo, and I, allegedly, took 3 huge boxes of not Big Crunch, O. Henry's, and there was like 78 in a box, and me and my best friend at the time sat up and just dummied chocolate bar after I don't think I ate anything other than O. Henry chocolate bars for like 2 months.
That's a horrible.
And we just played on the Nintendo's GameCube, and we played Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, and that's all we did. And then they did this thing with mini eggs, and I legit, dudes, I stole like a box of boxes, and my lockers at Burpo's were filled from the bottom. I'm not joking, from Burpo's to the top. And the only space I had was the top, so I could put my binders, and then it was filled to the
So were
mini
you
eggs.
dealing mini eggs?
100%.
Were you popular?
I was.
I bet.
For a
It's
little
like,
while.
I want to be friends with Egg Guy.
Eggman.
Well, you
Eggman.
couldn't
They
get
called
eggs
me the
anywhere as cheap
Eggman.
as it was for me.
Probably not.
Like,
Yeah, man.
how did you not parlay that into a lucrative career dealing drugs?
100%. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. So I knew where the cameras were. So I knew that if
I don't think there's a
Yeah.
crossover there.
No, but you had it all figured out. I mean, what's the
maybe
difference?
distribution.
You're selling tiny eggs. I mean that your distribution network, your way of selling them, your entrepreneurship, all of it tracks over 100%
So you're saying
to
the
dealing drugs.
logistics behind it,
100%.
all you had to do was change the
All you
product.
had to do is change the product.
logistically, the hardest thing was getting the mini eggs. I had to pretend to go take a fat
It's probably
dookie-doo.
harder than drugs.
Because so I had to go to the bathroom, and then I knew where the cameras ended. So I like literally
man,
snuck
that's like
along the
James.
wall, and then just like boom, stole boxes at a time, and then I'd sneak back to the bathroom. And just, that's right. And then I would come out, and I'm not joking. I would come out of the bathroom, I wet my hands on purpose, so it looked like I was still drying my hands, to try to be legit and covert about it.
You didn't have to
man.
wet your hands.
I
No one's
know.
gonna let you check.
I was 15.
It's the details. Missing details is what sinks ships. That's good business.
Is that what's like the
Also
Titanic?
telling every single person I knew that I was doing it probably wasn't helping my cause.
Wait, hold on. You quit this job?
Dude, I quit like 3 years after I was doing that. I'm not
I
joking.
know. The fact that you didn't get fired is the
Okay, so that's the
But
best
at the
part.
same time, you were in junior high school.
Yeah. The reason I stayed so long was the reason I didn't get fired from doing all that horseshit, because the people that, like the managers there, were basically like my second moms. And I'd like show up and I'd be like, hey, what's going on? And they loved me.
Yeah.
They knew what I was doing. 100%.
they just didn't care.
Heidi was always like, "What? How could we possibly be out of mini eggs already, Brian? We just ordered some. We didn't sell that many packages."
So weird.
Inventory is off by 100 cases.
What are you saying, Heidi? What are you accusing me of?
How do you not have diabetes? You should totally have diabetes right now.
No. You sell it. You don't get high on your own supply. Just because you deal sugar doesn't mean you do sugar.
I did sugar.
I'm trying to help you out here,
So
dude.
hard. I should have diabetes. That's real.
If we're going to do this for 2 hours, I'm not going to have any tears left to cry out later.
Why would you want tears to
Actually-
cry later?
You'll probably have plenty enough tears for
Are we
later.
gonna make you squirt some or what? Are you just? Is this like sympathy pain? Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. Okay.
Don't worry, Mike. We'll leave some for you to masturbate later with. Okay, so look.
He just blows right past it.
I don't understand the context on that one at all.
Stop for that one.
I don't.
Didn't even let it.
Things are getting off the
It's
rails
great.
here a little bit already.
I love it.
Whose fault is that?
Mine.
Because you started talking
Entirely.
about penises.
No,
Again,
You introed with penises.
Devin started with the foursome comment, and I immediately thought about four dudes jerking each other off. I can't.
Why did you go there right away?
Because he said foursome. I didn't picture any penetration.
Why would there be why would there be 4 dudes though?
What happened?
I need to reel it in.
Yeah,
Grow up.
Rewind.
And
okay.
this is the only guy here who's not actually consuming alcoholic beverages either.
I'm not.
Oh, you're just Coke?
Yeah, I'm just Coke.
Do you want some
I
rum?
do just Coke. No, I'm okay.
Do you like my rum dispenser?
Actually, it's pretty cool. Premium motor oil. That's all right.
The problem is that it's a sugar-based rum. Oh, rum is sugar-based, and so I had it rum and Coke. I'm like, oh, rum and Coke, and I got completely just like obliterated on like 2 drinks. I'm like, I don't know what's happening, and yeah, it was just a lot of sugar. And I'm like, it's not good for me. I can't have rum anymore.
Don't do sugar, kids.
Sugar's bad.
Do you want to pass me one of those, Mr. Friesen? That'd be sweet. If you wouldn't mind.
I'm offering. I'm like trying to be a good host, and I'm like, oh, there's Coke here. Oh, there's carbonated water. Oh, there's circle jerks just to go around.
There wasn't, but now there is.
Handies. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to how warm that milk's gonna get before.
I'm
yeah,
like
so-
deliberately prolonging the conversation to allow the milk to come to room temperature.
Start separating.
Just chew the curd. I mean, that might even do the job better.
Yeah, I separate the fat. There you go.
That's right.
Oh, you opened it up and everything.
Okay, yeah. So later on in this podcast, somebody here is going to do that Packy One Chip Challenge.
How are we gonna do this? Is it gonna be like a competition? So like like lowest man loses, or is just like it's gonna be volunteer?
I will not be participating.
I already
I volunteered for
volunteered.
cameraman on this one.
Next one to talk about penis has to do it.
I feel like I'm opted in already.
All right, so if you've done this,
I have not participated in this
have
terrible
you seen
idea.
it?
100%. After we talked
Okay.
about it, I watched several videos. I enjoyed
Did
them.
anybody YouTube this ahead of time to just see how horrible it is?
Okay, my brother-in-law did
yeah,
it.
I did.
And
How bad was it?
You don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's people. Yeah, people don't have a great time.
But did they die?
No, they didn't.
Nobody has died.
Which
That's
is
promising.
exactly
That's
why
not
I'm good to go.
that's
Like
not fair.
this time tomorrow, it's going to be a funny memory.
Nobody ever watches the exit of the chip. So we don't know if anybody died.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I brought a couple options to offer for Grinch to opt out of this because I kind of want to do the whole chip myself.
the thing is, okay, premise, we looked for a second chip. I checked
we couldn't find
every
it.
single store in town. There is not another one in Fort St. John, and I'm not willing to creep out on Facebook and be like, hey, anyone got a poison chip? I mean a one-chip challenge, because you know they'd poison it or like
I'm not
refeed it.
getting secondhand.
You're not getting secondhand chip. You're
I
gonna
want
get
this
it fresh.
shit. I want this shit straight from the laboratory it was concocted in.
And this is the American one too. My buddy,
Yeah.
the guy who
So-
I got it from is American.
Yeah. Anyway,
Does that mean
speaking
it's
about
hot?
that, I brought this
Maybe.
pack of extremely hot ramen noodles for Grinch as an opt-out.
Yeah, but I'm like full. I don't want to eat
Yeah.
anything right now.
Well, then
But just
eat the
just
hot
to
sauce.
give you
the
a foretaste of what that would do, and it's not nearly what this chip is. But the next day, my pee hole burned
You had the ring of fire on
it
the front
smell
side?
on the
too?
front side
On the
from
front
the
part?
noodles. Like, yeah,
From one noodle to the other.
that's how hot that shit is.
Because we said no more peanuts talk. And just like that.
Wait,
I'm
that was a
currently
penis?
watching the one chip challenge on YouTube. I found this video.
Oh,
I'm
you
just-
found one?
Yeah, I'm just kind of watching this guy
These
slowly
guys look way
melt
more
away.
professional than all the other ones I watched.
I don't have the. Should I turn the volume up?
I'm so jealous that you've seen his tongue.
Oh, I know what I'm
Oh,
getting
his
into.
tongue is blue.
Oh yeah, no, it turns your tongue blue
It's
just
to
to prove you've done
that
it.
you ate
That
it.
you did it.
Yeah.
What can we do to our chip to make people upload this
And
to
the
social
goal
media?
is to go as long as you can without having anything.
That's right. So we'll start a timer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we'll start a timer and see how well or poorly I do.
Yeah, that was.
You guys need to know in advance that I'm not honest enough to run the timer because I will pause it just because I'm a jerk.
You barely made it a minute, dude.
So weak.
I'm pretty sure that was 15 minutes. No,
felt
no,
like-
it wasn't. But you
was
know what?
literally 15 seconds.
Felt like it.
My wife does the same thing to me during other events, so you guys get what I get. What do you mean it was more than...
Dude, this guy is
It was way more than
barely
20
a minute
seconds.
in, and
way
he's
it was under a minute
sweating
again.
like profusely sweating now, and
Yeah.
he's like starting to wheeze.
I may cry. I may throw up. I don't know. Who knows?
I forgot my poncho. I literally had a poncho ready
with like
to go.
the results of this. This
I'm
is
really
fantastic.
upset at myself that I forgot, and I had like an emergency
Call
whistle.
Carly. Tell her to leave
You
the
have a-
kids.
you have a rape
bring,
whistle?
I was gonna bring one for Devin, like when he needed to blow the whistle.
I need an adult.
Yeah.
He's like, can I take this home for later? I gotta poop. On the exit.
Okay, now he's he went from a sitting to a standing bent over position, and he's not heaving yet.
Fuck,
but
what am I doing?
he is not enjoying his life right now
Alright.
at all.
So
Oh, he sat back down.
I've been thinking about this a lot, and
Yep.
the anticipation of it has really bothered me. I'm like, I am not looking forward to it. It is going to suck. And when we had an interview with Chris Date, we got to interview Chris Date this last year.
Who's
he
that?
He
Yeah,
is a
nobody knows
theologian.
nobody knows who you mean.
He is a theologian.
Dude, we got to interview this guy. It's insane.
It was
Yeah, but
pretty
who
cool.
is he?
He's
You may not know who he is because you're not upper class like we are.
upper class.
Your beard says upper class all
Like,
over.
at best, we're
My lack
upper.
thereof then means...
At best, Grinch, we're upper crust.
All right.
Bro.
All right.
Oh, that is just so far.
But no, it's good. It's not the
That's worse than the chip, dude.
No, dude. It's better to be upper crust because if you're in the center, it's more tacky.
Yeah.
At least it chips off.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be in the
Guys.
gummy center.
Okay, you guys gotta stop. You guys gotta stop. It's so bad.
It's great. This is why we release this shit.
Oh man, I didn't realize it was
Alright.
gonna come in so hot right from the beginning, but here we are.
I just like I want to say so many things, but I don't.
I can't believe that. I couldn't think of
Give,
anything to
give
follow
in,
up.
give in to your lesser self. Just do it. Let
I can't.
let shadow self out and play.
it just pushes
goes
it
too
too far.
far?
It's too far.
Okay,
See-
we have had episodes where we've edited. We have had episodes where we don't release them. So that does happen.
There-
That's like the Treasure Cove.
yeah.
That's like the...
So I mean, if anybody listened to the one with Travis Lucier, most people turned it off at about 2 hours in.
Dude, I listened to the entire thing, and
you
you know
did?
why? I forgot to download something else, and I was out of signal. I was like, "Oh, dude, this guy is so angry. He's a beauty." But I'm like, I was like, "You guys should have just pulled the pin on that one at about $1.50."
It would have been it would have been an amazing episode
3
if we
hours
pulled it at
in,
an
I'm just
hour
like,
and 40
oh
minutes.
My goodness.
Okay, and that's the one we released.
Yeah, there was
There's
one
one
with that
that-
guy we didn't release. Imagine what that was
is
like.
there going to be like, the Blue Collar Philosophers like special uncut release where these
No, we're just
episodes see
releasing-
the light of day?
That's like a Patreon, like...
That's like you
people
got to
are
pay for
paying-
that content.
I
People are
think
paying us
the
for that
one
shit.
the one that we didn't release, I think we should sell to the government. They can use it for interrogation tactics.
Be like, you have to listen to this or give us information.
This is turning
All right.
ugly.
So, what I was saying before, Chris Date, he was talking about hell, and he believes in annihilationism, so your soul gets destroyed. And so he had this thought of the anticipation of hell, of the destruction of the soul, is the torment that you go through as hell. And I was like, I don't kind of believe that. I think that I kind of call bullshit. Like, if you knew your soul was going to be annihilated, there's a certain level of acceptance. And then this chip came along, and I've been thinking about it all day. And I'm going through hell because I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck so bad. I've seen
And
people
there's
do
only
it.
one in there.
There's only one chip, and I've been thinking about it all day. And I'm like, oh, this is hell. This is the destruction of the soul. The thing I did, the one thing I don't want to do, is the thing I'm gonna have to do.
I just think it would be hilarious if it was actually not that bad.
Would it?
That's what I think would just be the ultimate
And on the
letdown
inside
of
of the
this entire
package-
episode. Be like,
It's like the
so I
chip,
could have just went and bought a bag of Doritos.
the chip was stale and it just all went out.
Someone poked a pinhole, like all the flavor left. That would
You
be
mean
really
the demons?
unfortunate.
The demons are like,
Like the whole premise of this episode is the one chip challenge. That people listen to our BS, until we do it.
Yeah.
They're probably just skipping it right now. They're probably like hit the 1.5 times button.
It'd be really great if we didn't do it. What chip? This is a personal moment. You're going to pay.
I feel like we've been doing that
No,
for
the chip
months
was
now. 'Cause
hypothetical.
You brought
Hypothetical chip, guys.
A metaphorical, if it may.
you brought this for me like this summer, and
Yeah.
we've just been putting it off and putting it off and
Because we
putting it
don't
off.
want to do it.
Even though we said we were going to do it.
Oh, yeah. We
Tonight's
said we
the
were
night.
going to.
Took a selfie.
Yeah.
I
you're,
did.
You're a media whore in that way.
Oh, I eat it up.
Oh, let me move. Let me get in the...
Clinky.
better
All
put
right,
some-
we're all posing for selfie time.
There. Do a silly face.
Fuck you.
No,
My face is
I didn't
sil-
get you in there.
My
anyways.
face is silly enough as it is.
This is true.
You get the factory setting. If you don't like it, get over it.
Oh man.
With that being said, we're really, really bad at media and shit. So the fact that we've been doing this a year and so even
It's like
you
for
at
nothing.
Christmas, you were like, "Wait, you got a podcast?" And I'm like,
Oh my, that's okay. So
yeah.
I remember the conversation. Specifically,
We
we were
talked
driving
about it.
in Mike's truck. We were talking about it, and we were talking about names. And I can't remember if you had landed on the Blue Collar Philosophers for sure at that point. Like it was that early.
Yeah.
And then 11 months later, almost 10 months for sure later, you're like, "Oh, I've been doing this podcast for almost a year," and I'm like, "What in the actual shitbag?" Because I was like, "That'd be sweet. I want to get on it," and then you're like. I don't care
have-
about you enough. I'm going to do a podcast
"Well, I'm
for
glad
a year.
I'm
for
glad
a whole
you.
year.
I'm glad you caught on.
But
I
to
was
be
really
fair-
worried that
To be fair, Mike Friesen also didn't tell me, and you can also go away.
Well, just FYI, your vegan turned hunter episode is
Yeah.
one of the most popular downloaded episodes.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was a vegan for 5 years.
Oh.
I'm sorry to spread
I
so much
didn't-
douche at once on you, but I was.
Yeah. So I mean, what convinced you to switch to eating meat other than the fact that you didn't want to go to hell?
Fair question.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so I went through this stage. I went through like the angry vegan stage, like kind of where everybody does. So originally, my wife was the one that was kind of pushing. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna stop eating steak." So I was like, "Ah, whatever." Like I enjoy steak, but if I don't have it,
Yeah.
no big deal.
and then you became better than everybody.
And then I did. I was. That's a fact. So, and I still am. So it eventually just pushed more and more things, and then Amanda watched one of the wrong videos. It's almost like we don't have plastic straws now because one dickhead turtle decided to get a straw in its face.
I would
everybody's
kill-
like-
Cokehead turtle.
So,
Cokehead
so
bear.
Amanda watched a video on what happens to cows and rah, rah, rah. So then we went full vegan, and I just kind of accepted it. And then I went through this phase where I was an angry jerk, and I probably pushed away a lot of people that I shouldn't have, just because I was better than them. And then
I'm a Christian. I understand.
so I continued. At a certain point, I was no longer seeing what would be considered health benefits, so I started looking into it a little more, and I was like, hey, like, let's not look at it from the most biased angle I possibly can and only search what I want to see. And then I started realizing that kids especially were having, on average, were an inch and a half shorter, and they had lesser cognitive abilities, and their bone density was less, and like a lot of these other things. And I'm like, hey, well, like my kids are vegan too, so like maybe I should pay more attention. And I just realized that maybe it works for some adults, but then when you look at them, they just look like a starved cat anyways. And so I was like, maybe I'm wrong. And then I started looking at who's pushing that. And the people that were pushing that, I'm like, I got tricked. Damn it. And then I basically, like a week later, I approached Mike. I was like, hey, Mike, you want to teach me to hunt? And that was that.
yeah,
I mean, that was like literally
that
one of the
solves
best fall
ethic.
deer hunting like I've ever had, and taking you out.
It's like going hunting. That does solve the ethics element of it, right?
And that's actually how I sold it to Amanda. So Amanda wasn't really too comfortable. We started like integrating.
I mean,
eggs and
other
stuff.
than the fact that you're literally shooting it and gutting it with your
Well,
own
no,
two hands.
No, but see, that's the thing.
Yeah, but it has a face and a soul.
Had.
Hey, souls are
Depends on where you shoot it, I
soul
suppose.
meat is delicious.
If it's innocent, it tastes better.
So it needs to be young. But that's what it boiled down to. So I explained to Amanda.
You can taste the life that it didn't have.
It got to live a beautiful life. Right
Which is what you're getting.
until it didn't.
That's exactly what I'm getting to. So I was like telling Amanda, she's like, well, how could you shoot it? How was it so mean?
Yeah.
I was like, but just imagine how an animal dies in virtually any other situation in nature. Right? Like, let's say they're getting tore up by wolves. Like, the wolf will start consuming it. It doesn't even have to be dead. Like, wolves don't care. Or if it breaks its leg or gets an infection or like anything, like any other situation is way worse than the 3 minutes that it takes for an animal to die if you shoot it properly. So
That
she's
three minutes is a long time.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm being conservative. on it. So having that in mind, she's like, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm like, yeah. So And it's not like I'm going to waste it. I'm doing it to consume it. I'm not just out like blasting holes and things, except for coyotes, because screw those bastards. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Because they eat the stuff we eat. But yeah, like the way you had put it was that animal lived its like best life possible in its own environment and had one bad second.
That's right.
Right. And I mean, like most animals, when they're shot, if the shot placement's good, whether it's an arrow or a bullet, they don't know they're dead. It's like they're walking dead. Like they don't. The shock takes over. Like,
And because
that
animals don't understand.
they don't understand death. They have no
No.
consciousness
Exactly
when it
what
comes to
you-
that.
that's right.
It's like, oh,
They don't
this
have
is
your
it.
experience of anticipation of hell.
Yes.
also
Or-
true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not being facetious. I mean, I think that's an important point for something like an animal.
Yeah, like animals, they don't have that rationale and that understanding.
Well, and not only that, but as soon as they're hit, they get a shot of adrenaline. So the pain that you would anticipate that they'd be feeling actually isn't really there. I'm sure there is some, but it's not like I've broken bones before.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt in the moment. Like you get a shot of adrenaline, and then your fight or flight sets in, and like all these things happen. It's no different than a deer.
And then if you were literally dying, you'd probably be dead before that wore off.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and that's that. Now I'm not a vegan. Fuck those guys.
Now, with that being said, I knew about this story and everything, and I didn't tell Devin any of it because I didn't want to make content off of your story because
Because
Mike already
you
did.
hate making good podcasts.
no,
I know.
Mike already did. I'm like, no, we'll just leave
Yeah,
it.
but
Maybe
it's on a
you're tired
completely-
of telling the same
on a
story
completely
over
it's
and
a
over
whole
again.
it's a whole different audience.
and
Yeah,
it's a different
I know,
world.
but at the same time, maybe he's tired of telling the story. I'm like, hey, let's just have a conversation.
As if you don't think I'm going to regurgitate hot topics on an amateur Christian. Like it's
True
I'm
enough.
not above that.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe
That being said, every time that Brian and I have gone out, we have not shot anything.
I am a 2 years running failed hunter.
is he your
Ooh.
No,
is he your
he's
jinx?
not a failed hunter. He's a hunter that now has some experience of what it is to truly go hunting.
Well, the worst part is the greatest
A lot of
opportunities.
waiting.
Until you kill something, you're really a hunter. Until then, you're.
So
like,
my
before
daughter-
that, you're not a killer.
my daughter Olivia, my second oldest, she's been
She's
hunting.
killed things.
No, she's got to take her cord this year. Though.
Oh,
But she started hunting with me when she was 6. And only this last fall, we actually killed our first animal together. So you're not behind the 8 ball yet.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. If I have to wait 5 years, like your daughter,
No, she waited 3.5.
I'm bad at math.
Yeah.
So,
numbers are
It's for
hard.
being
No.
vegan for so long.
You're right. My cognitive ability's been reduced. It's now more evident than ever. Well, okay, so 3 years. But the funny part is I actually got invited to go out with Ryan today, Ryan and his old man from church.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, he told me, we were talking about it last night, coming out. And he texted me when he got home. He's like, I don't really know if I want to go out that early. And so I'm not going to go. So I'm like, sure. He said, I'll shoot you a message in the late afternoon, and we'll see if we're still going to go maybe an afternoon hunt. So I was like, okay, whatever. Of course, I couldn't go because man had a dentist appointment or whatever. Well, he calls me, and he's like, oh, yeah, it turns out my old man ended up going anyways. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. He's like, yeah, he got something. I'm like, of course he got something. Because I wasn't friggin' there. And it would have just...
You know what?
When
It tastes a lot sweeter.
Once you get
when
it.
you do...
So, like, on that note.
There's elk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I've been hunting. I've been doing mountain hunts for 8 years. 8 years of like, and like mountain hunts are complete willingness to punish your body to like its physical survival limits every trip, basically, willingly,
Yeah.
without tagging an animal for 8 years.
That's a tough goal.
And you're putting like, and I
You're
mean,
putting in work.
accumulated time over those 8 years was plus or minus 8 weeks. Like, because it was roughly about, like, some were a little longer, some were a little shorter than a week, right? This year, I tagged a mountain goat. This year. 8 years of, like,
Okay, so
willingly punishing yourself.
Describe that moment when you got it.
Oh, dude, like, I didn't have any tears left in my tear ducts. I was so freaking happy. Like, packing 85 pounds of cape and meat. And then my camera guy, he was also packing the rest of it because we took it all, obviously. That weight never felt so sweet.
Nice.
Like, it was like there's a saying, it's like, embrace the suck. That's what it was. Like, we shot it, and it was like 10 in the morning, opening day. We shot the goat. We spotted him the day before, hiked up, shot him. Came down the mountain with him, and like we went up light because we were pretty confident that we were going to get on them quick.
I mean, after 8 years, I mean, it had to be that one.
Yeah. And then, like, coming down off the mountain, we were probably, we were a solid 80 pounds each. And then we got to camp, and it was just after lunch. It was like 1:30. We're like, well, why don't we just pack up camp, get the freak out of here? We got lots of daylight, and there wasn't a lot of places to, like, hang the meat and cape. And there's lots of grizzly bears around, so we're like, man, let's cut bait. So all in, like, I wish I would have weighed my pack when we got back to the truck, or like got home. But I myself, because I was packing rifle and stuff too, and spotting scope where my camera guy wasn't. But all in, because we were only there 3 days out of the 7 we had planned to be there, we still had lots of food to pack out. I wouldn't be surprised if I was like 120, 125 coming out.
A human out, man.
Yeah, for 5.5 clicks. And then my camera guy, he was probably 100 all in with his gear and then the meat and stuff that he was packing. And then on top of that, we got down the steep part of the mountain, like the trail, and we kind of hit like the forest floor along the creek, and we followed that out to the truck. But that was still probably a hard 3 and a bit clicks. Dude, the mother of all thunderstorms rolled over, like, where we were camping, like, over that mountain, like, basically right over where we had shot the goat. It was raining so fast and so hard and such big drops, the forest floor started rising water. Like, it wasn't running and it wasn't absorbing, it was just rising. Like, the forest floor became water. I've never seen anything like it. Like, there wasn't a canopy of a tree that you could hide under.
So it was just raining that hard, that fast, that the ground could not absorb water fast enough.
That's right. Like to the point where it started to get about 3 inches deep before it actually started running. Like, it kind of capped out about 3 inches, and we were just like, well, there's no point stopping.
Are we going to set up tent?
And like, it rolled over so fast that we didn't even take our packs off to get our rain gear out. We're like, you know what? We're already on our way out. Screw it. Like, we got to just keep going.
Yeah.
Like, we were soaked through. Like, my buddy got like a poncho out so he could like protect the camera. And we got to the truck. Of course, about like literally 100 meters from the truck, it stops raining. And then we're also thinking how we're going to get out, because it's like forestry roads for like 25 kilometers to get to the highway. And so we get to the truck, and I mean, once you put on a pack that weighs that much, you don't take it off. Like, you rest, like, you lean against trees, you find a stump to sit on, but you don't take your pack off, because you won't put it back on, because it just sucks.
Okay.
And so we get to the truck, and he like throws the tailgate down, and we like put the weight of our pack on the tailgate, and I like unclipping, right? Dude, I took a step forward and just nearly face planted because I was so light that, like,
I imagine all that extra weight that you packed on with the meat and all that stuff, then plus all the waterlog.
Well, and just all that weight, like your legs after 5.5 kilometers are just used to it.
Yeah.
And so when I took that first step without the pack on, I nearly just fell over. So we get in the truck and we're getting out. He's got a pretty sweet, like, souped up Toyota Tundra truck, big tires, lift kit.
Can
like,
Toyota Tundras be sweet?
Yeah.
This is the first I've heard.
No, they're.
Oh, okay.
This one's pretty sweet.
That's cool. Okay.
And
I mean, sweet for a Toyota Tundra.
That's
Yeah.
sweet for it. So that's why the disclaimer.
Yeah.
That's why
It's like when the Canucks are good, it's like for the Canucks.
Yeah, I can understand
fair
that.
enough.
Yeah.
And so we're on our way out, and it was actually not as muddy as I expected, because all the FSR roads out there are made of like mountain shale, so
yeah.
like they don't get muddy. They get a little slick because of the rock, but like you don't actually sink in too bad, so it wasn't bad. So we get back to the highway. It took us about 40 minutes to get back to the highway, and then we were going to go to Tumbler Ridge to fuel up before we get home, right? It's getting late, but like by the time we got, like, the 40 minutes had passed till we got to the highway, our bodies had completely seized up. Like,
Yeah, no doubt.
the body finally realized the punishment that we were like making it work through.
Subjecting it to.
Oh, and like, so I'm like rifling through my pack, and I always carry like a leave and ibuprofen and stuff, and we're just like popping them like Skittles, right? So when we get to Tumbler Ridge, to the fuel station, and we're both getting out, And I swear we probably looked like we were like 100 years old. Like we were just like so carefully like getting out of the truck, and these guys were fueling up, and the one guy was, you good?
So what do you guys been doing up there in the mountains?
Just two guys on the mountains, huh?
We're good.
How many backs got broken?
We're good. Well, mine,
Probably two.
I think my pack broke my back.
If that's what you call it.
Hey-o.
That's what they say.
But, yeah, so going back to, like, failure is only failure if you're not learning. Because otherwise I would have stopped mountain hunting a long time ago. If it wasn't, like, for the scenery aspect of it, and, like, being able to push your physical limit and you realizing what your physical limit is, and actually that's the fun part, I would have stopped years ago.
I can imagine, like, mountain goat or mountain sheep hunting is probably the most scenic of it all to do.
Yeah, and I mean, it's different all over the world, too. Like, there's different species of sheep all over the world. Like, Marco Polo sheep, they're, like, in, like, Tajikistan, and they live above 12,000 feet. That's where they live, like, above 12,000 feet. So you have to get there, and then you have to hunt them. Our bodies are not, like unless you're, like, a local that lives at that elevation.
Adaptation to
Oh man, like
exist up
every story I've heard, like the first few days at least are just hell because your body's acclimatizing and stuff.
Well, how long does it take to get your red blood cell count up to, like, to at least accommodate some of that, like compensate some for some
Probably
of
a few days, like
Yeah.
3-4 days till your body can, like, start producing more, right? And that doesn't make it easier, like, because a lot of guys, I won't say everybody, but, like, there's a lot of guys that don't necessarily train specifically for that elevation of physical punishment. Like, there's physical punishment here where, like, you know, I think the mountain goat that I shot was like 6,500 feet, almost 7,000 feet, somewhere in there. And that was enough, right? You go another, you never go twice as high as that yet. You know, you are getting into reduced oxygen levels where, you know, every 100 feet, your quads are on fire. But then you're also on top of that chasing sheep.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the scenery and the physical aspect of it changes slightly all over the planet, but that's also the fun of it too, where it's like, you know, you get to see those different parts of the world that many people, like, see on National Geographic or
Yeah, I
but
know,
even
that's-
here,
that's
like,
quite the life.
Even in BC, like some people are like, wow, like, you're so lucky to be able to do that every year, and I don't think of it that I should think of it that way.
I know we
but
get
don't.
desensitized to it.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
I've had buddies come out from Ontario to ride with Mike and I, and, like, even just bombing around the Peace region here, we get to the end of the day, they're like, I want to move here so bad. We're like, what are you talking about? This is like the shithole of British Columbia as far as,
Do you
like,
not see the roads and it's just mucky and gross? Like, this is the dirt capital
right?
of everything.
Yeah, they're like, no, there's trees and hills. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's like, your place looks amazing. Get over yourself. Oh,
Yeah.
frick. I felt bad.
Well, I mean, were you born and raised here, right?
No.
But you've lived here for a
Yeah,
a
long
long
enough
time.
where I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah, right. And when you're, like, that much of a local, you just
Yeah, you go blind
I think
to
that's
it.
anywhere though.
You go
Yeah.
blind to the beauty of your home.
I mean, I thought it was super cool when I actually, a couple of years ago, met up with my buddies in Saskatchewan and we did, like, waterfowl and upland bird hunting and stuff. And I thought it was kind of cool for a little bit, just how flat it was. Like, you don't see that here. It's not flat here, right? So I think every place just has its uniqueness, and
Yeah.
if you choose to see it.
So last time we were on the podcast with you, Mike, you know, we were talking politics the whole time.
Yeah.
And I don't think you didn't actually really want to plug your stuff because, I don't know.
Well, it was like your inaugural.
It was
podcast.
the inaugural show. But you mentioned a couple times having a cameraman with you, and I don't think anybody in our audience knows what you're talking about because that's not normal hunting equipment.
Yeah, that's fair.
We
Yeah.
did mention the broke back part of that. I wonder if people got a little context there. Or are we gonna...
That's what the camera's for.
Content, bro. Content.
Content. It's for that OnlyFans site.
Yeah.
I've considered it.
You can only do weird stuff as a man, though. You can't do, like, real OnlyFans. You can't just, like, crank one out in front
No.
of You gotta do, like, stomp on eggs with
Yeah,
your
it's only feet stuff.
feet stuff.
Like that's the moneymaker, feet
Dude,
stuff.
like if
Allegedly.
I literally could make money with my feet, I would do it.
Oh man, like
you could though, bro.
if you got like a fungus toe, like I'm sure there's some billionaire in Asia that got a very specific kink, but who will pay very well for it.
But I don't
That's
want
what
to
we call
know.
it. Fungus toe. That's exactly the title of all the videos.
I don't-
Fungus toe 1, Fungus toe 2.
I don't want to know.
Just 3.7 million views. Like what?
I made 45K this month.
Because of my fungus.
1 month because of one toe I didn't get treated.
The doctor says if I don't
Dude,
get it fixed, they gotta cut it off. But it makes
Legit
me
though,
money.
I have had some pretty nasty ingrown toenails.
Nice.
See?
Nice.
Yes, that was a really, really.
Anyways, that took
that was
a really-
that was a really slick way to get away from plugging your shit here.
Yeah, no, anyways, cameraman.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just gonna really have to get back on track here.
Hold on, let me line you up. So Mike, tell me why
Tee
you
it up.
bring a cameraman on these hunts and things.
You know, that's an excellent question, Brian. Let me tell you.
Oh man, you're like a really good interviewer. We should have you on more.
This is technically the first time I'll be on the podcast, even though this is the second time. I'm not
I know.
doing
But
it.
next time we're going to interview anybody, we're bringing you to do it because Mike sucks at it. Not you, Mike,
Well,
but the Grinch Mike.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it easier for him to suck while he's not here. I hope he knows that as a woman, he needs to wipe front to back. That's super important. Otherwise, you pull poo into your vagina and you get bladder infections. I'm serious. Did anybody remind you before you left?
I can't wait for him to hear this.
Now I'm worried about him. Has anybody checked on him?
Okay, but the thing is, he doesn't listen to the podcast, so he will never know until somebody
He
brings
doesn't
up a
listen
comment.
to it when he edit it.
No, he doesn't.
How does he edit it?
We
if he
don't edit it. We put it out as is.
That's gangster.
Oh fuck yeah!
Sometimes I say things I regret.
Believe me, so do I. And literally dozens of people have heard them now. So
I love how you said dozens and not hundreds of thousands.
Do you have any idea the volume of tens of people?
You really just plugged your own show.
fuck yeah!
It's like where you go. That's like you guys say last. Like no,
You gotta
literally,
keep
I could go on a
expectations
front porch and
reasonable.
just yell loudly and get more of a crowd. Oh man,
That was the most innocent plug I've ever heard. You would not believe the tens of people. I need a minute.
And now Mike's crying.
I love how
Perfect.
you just say it with such confidence too. You're just like
I didn't skip a beat.
dozens of people.
Literally.
Literally a dozen. I just can't. Oh man.
10 out of 12 people recommend this podcast.
To each other.
The other ones didn't.
To the same friend
The other
group that
ones didn't have any extra downloaded content.
Oh man. At some
Grinch
point,
is
we're gonna
back.
get to the point. Oh, great.
So anyway, you've got shit to plug.
That's what she said.
Can we get off the mountain, boys? Get onto the camera work. Holy smokes, that's why it weighed so much.
You
missed some good shit.
I'm just going to have to imagine.
You should really listen to this podcast
No,
before you
At
put
least,
it up.
no.
at least
don't.
listen to when you weren't when you.
You gotta
Yes.
keep your streak going of not listening to our shit.
I post in Ghost, man. I don't listen to my shit.
Nice.
We don't even review it before we put it out. We literally, I render it into an MP3 and walk away.
Well, I'm glad that dozens of people are going to listen to that then.
Maybe 100. Nobody fucking downloads. They all stream, and I don't know how many streams we have because
That's really true. There's no analytics for streams. Like it's
no,
only downloads.
it's really dumb.
That's really strange because the idea of having a podcast is being able to show an advertiser, like, look, how many. This is how many views I'm
Yeah.
getting.
And the
So
thing
it-
is, we've got thousands of downloads, which,
Yeah.
if you put it into hours, that's thousands of hours of content. Simultaneously, we know it's more than that. I know it is. Because I got people coming in, it's like, hey man, we listen every single week. Well, I'm not seeing those numbers, but at the same time, I know they're there.
There's got to be a better way to get analytics. There has to be. It makes no sense.
You'd probably
That's
be
the
able
point.
to is like you'd probably have to pay
Do
like
like
a pretty
a level-
expensive
a level up.
platform.
Yeah.
That being said, we keep getting places like
Yeah,
all
dozens of customers don't pay for
Nigeria.
that.
We got Nicaragua recently. We got Ireland. Of course, UK is always downloading. It's all over the world.
Yeah, anything with
constantly.
drinking and cussing, they seem to just jump right on board. So that's great.
God
Also
love,
fair.
God
Yeah,
love
shout
those
out to
lying
alcoholics.
bastards.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Thanks for holding the dozens of views up there, boys.
That being
They
said,
just have their stuff on
there
auto
are some
download. They
people-
don't actually listen to
So
it.
I keep trying to plug Mike's stuff, and we keep getting sidetracked. Anyway, it's Pursue the Hunt. It's
no, it's not.
I call it
The Hunter's Apprentice.
There's two things though.
There's two things.
different things.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is a
We
podcasting network.
rebranded.
Fuck your show. It's only about the Hunter's Apprentice.
Yeah, we rebranded the podcast.
the podcast,
and
but not the show.
I think it was good.
Because
Yeah.
No, we didn't rebrand the show.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, but then that's why. We're
so
talking
yeah,
camera.
you've got a hunting podcast called The Hunter's Apprentice, and you've actually got a fully really well filmed show called Pursue the Hunt.
Yeah, so that's on Sportsman Channel Canada. And
Right, like it's a big deal. It's
No,
awesome.
It's pretty sweet.
Not.
I know somebody.
You
I
put
know
a
somebody that is on TV that dozens of people watch.
and
I put a skirt on. We could make
Times
a
100,000.
much better than the
Right?
guys you tried
Exactly.
to plug. There's
Dozens
three people
of
here
hundreds
that
of
know him,
thousands.
so you could drop Mike's name, and we're like, "Oh, I know Mike Friesen." You drop this other d-bag's name, and we're all like, "Yeah, that's somebody cool, bro. I know him," but we don't. He doesn't matter. He doesn't even exist except for your imagination.
you
He
got a
doesn't have a book. He doesn't have
you
a
have a
conference.
live
And
celebrity
allegedly all of
in
that.
house.
In house, he's gracing
It's fine.
He's gracing our upper
Well, I'm
crust
not
with his
sucking
presence.
his dick. Do you want to suck his dick?
Were we supposed to do that after the show?
I got chastity belt on.
I
and
hear
nobody's
this gets
getting
rid of the
key.
spice. This is how you get rid of the spice.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Are we
yeah,
supposed to plug his shit?
we went
don't
the
plug
other
English
way
shit, Mike,
with the
stop.
Hunter's Apprentice podcast, just so that we could brand it a little differently and make it a bit more of like an educational platform, because we want to do more educational content, but with the show there are some limiting factors because we get 22 minutes of content time out of 24 minutes of the total runtime. So 22 minutes, you still have to make it entertaining as possible.
yeah, like you can't do like an equipment review on your
Yeah,
telephone
like
or on
I
your
mean,
TV
you
show.
can you can do you're not going to make a season out of that necessarily unless that's literally what you want to wrap your show around to do, rifle reviews or something of that nature. But we like to do we like to plug certain hunting strategy tips along the way within our episodes. Like Brian's in our waterfowl one that's going to be released here soon.
Well, what about the episode we did with Hunter on a Budget? That was a good one too. Did that?
Yeah,
ever-
that was just a YouTube one.
Oh, nice.
that was not for TV. That was social media
So
only.
Does your YouTube channel have a different name, or is it?
No,
also
it's
under the
just
Hunter?
Pursue the Hunt.
It's still Pursue the Hunt. Okay.
Yeah, the YouTube is because we upload our actual episodes there after they've aired, and then, but yeah, for instance, this spring, I'm doing something a little bit different on our episode release this year. So we're doing 13 episodes, but I'm only releasing 6 of them in Q2, and then I'm going to replay them because there's 13 weeks of airtime, and then in Q4, I'm going to release the rest of the new stuff. So I'm going to, instead of what we normally have done in the past is we've just done the new stuff the first quarter of that year, and then just replays the following year. So I'm going to switch it up. I mean, we can do whatever we want with our content.
Yeah. See, one thing I really want to see on your YouTube channel is somebody following you around trying to make your show, catching all of the goofs.
The show,
and all
making
of-
the show?
and all the super serious stuff that's kind of hilarious when you think about it. That doesn't make it into the show.
So there is a little like the behind the scenes stuff, right?
You're not just I literally want a guy to follow you whose sole job it is to just make fun of you the entire time.
You
Oh,
wanna-
like
you're looking for a
commentary.
job. It sounds like you're just looking for a job.
No, I'm not hiking up a fucking mountain. I mean, you know this.
I
You know this.
I do know this.
But for
the camera.
one
Don't
of the
fuck up.
episodes that's coming out this spring is our waterfowl episode, and Brian is in that one. And we actually titled it "Lessons of the Flyway," a little play on words with the waterfowl. But
It's one I totally understand. Yes.
Oh yeah,
The one-
Quite.
the one thing, the theme around the entire episode is learning to waterfowl hunt, because Isla has never waterfowl hunted. She's learning how to waterfowl hunt and shoot at a moving target with a shotgun, right? And Brian, he had never been waterfowl hunting before,
That was
so we
so
took
much fun.
a new hunter out.
It's ridiculously fun.
And I
And
actually
so-
killed something, so...
And and then we did, and then we
Spoken
tried
like a true
afternoon,
Good for
evening
you.
hunts, and we did morning hunts. We did hunts out of the coffin blinds, and then we did hunts out of the standing blinds. So and then we hunted early season, and then we hunted really late season, October, and we tried to encompass like the entire season of waterfowl. I think it's actually going to be one of our best episodes that way. But yeah, so yeah, if you guys want to check it out, our handle on Instagram is @PursueTheHunt as well. We're on Sportsman Channel Canada and YouTube.
Yeah, and you should. It's actually excellent stuff. I'm not.
Yeah, it's
I'm
super
not,
fun and-
I'm not being a facetious bastard right now like I normally am.
No, I know.
It's
All right.
legitimately good stuff.
But it's a lot of fun. And the other thing I will say is everybody asks me, well, how much do you get paid to to be on TV? We don't get paid to be on TV. We pay to be on TV.
So
Isn't
it's
that
less
the
than a
way of
crisp high
media
five.
now?
What's that?
That's the way
that
of media
really is
now.
the way media now. Like they're trying to get to make us blow up. We got to pay for advertising.
Like our
pay for all
business
this.
is advertising within the show with our partners, and the platform is the show, right? So even though it's super fun to go hunting lots and get lots of content, it's a crap ton of work, and it's making sure that our partners are happy the way we're representing ourselves, and that we're representing them without hard selling. It's not like, well, I killed this animal with this bow and this arrow and this broadhead, and I was carrying this backpack and blah, 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 blah. Click. You're like, I don't even watch that crap.
Yeah, I already
Right?
want to turn this podcast off because
Like,
of that.
we highlight, if we're highlighting products within the show,
I saw my viewers go down.
we highlight products by using them.
Went from 12 to 9.
And then we'll make sure that there's some B-roll that, rolls past the product or kind of specifically highlights it without us talking about it. It's called soft sell.
You guys need to get into that electric vehicle money. I hear say they're pushing hard to focus electric vehicles and stuff. So, you have like a nice Tesla or something. You bring up one of those.
Throw up a white tail
hold
on the
on,
roof
hold
of a Tesla.
Yeah, baby. Get that sweet EV money.
Just start
I
up.
didn't even know you wanted a fist fight on this podcast. And you throw Tesla in there. Who do you even...
Tesla is the greatest
you're
electric car
missing-
company out there.
You're missing the joy in running that thing down forestry roads.
Well,
Breaking
you get-
the shit out
No,
of it.
yeah, running it down 4
Okay,
kilometers before
if
the battery
Elon
dies.
Musk is listening to this podcast,
Which he
maybe
probably
he's one
is.
of the 10.
He
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
is. Because we're
Do
on
they download
heat.
in Texas?
In fact, Elon might even count for
do
two
have
whole
a few
people.
in Texas.
You should at
him for
Elon
sure.
Musk when you post this up on Twitter and wherever else he posts this, that if he wants to send me a Tesla truck, I will use it on the show.
Booyah.
You will
Forest
use
Row,
a
baby.
And
Tesla
I
on
will,
your show.
He wants to prove that his Tesla truck is badass. Send one up. No joke. I will use it.
What are you going to do to
All right,
charge it
y'all-
on
y'all
the way
heard
home,
it.
I
bro?
will pack a generator.
Oh, I'm
You
going to
get
pack
like-
a
you
diesel
get like one of
generator.
those- you get like
No,
one of those
nobody
electric
uses
things.
a diesel generator. They're going
Mike.
to have a gas one.
Mike, you need one of those it's
Wind
for
up.
camping. Those
I'm
light
having
up,
an aneurysm
those
right
light
now.
up things that you just crank and you charge a flashlight with. Like
Mike Reason's more
That's
of a
resistance
Mike
charger.
Reason's
They're
more
called
of
the
a
resistance
shakable
charger.
flashlight that you can charge
The
with.
shake weight of
it's the shake weight of electrical chargers, and if it can't be charged by that, then how is a hunter supposed to really get anything out of it?
Because
Right.
if there's one thing a hunter's good at, is a shake weight.
Anyway,
I just offended so
I
many
think it's
people.
time for me to do this fucking
Really?
thing before.
What time is it?
Before it gets
how
too
far?
late.
How far are we into this?
We're not even that far. We're like less than an hour.
Well, you were pee-peeing for like
No,
38
I went to go put my
minutes.
kids to bed.
If that's what you call it.
Yes.
Such a lame excuse.
Kids.
Yeah, kids. You were dropping some Cosby kids off at the pool? That means having
That's
a shit.
racist.
You gotta do quote unquote
Super-
put them to bed.
Oh, that's so
There
funny.
wasn't even any crying. I don't
Yeah.
believe it for a second.
No, I'm good with my kids.
I just chokeslam them.
That's the thing.
There we go.
Your technique is all wrong. You don't need to choke slam. It's called a rear naked choke. You
that's right, they
You
go to
cut
sleep.
off arteries on
Yeah,
both
yeah,
sides.
yeah.
No crying required.
It's interesting. And they go to sleep.
Yeah,
Right now.
immediately. They might not wake up for a while.
Yeah, it's really popular in Russia.
It's really a Russian roulette of okay.
I guarantee that's how he puts his kids to bed.
I feel like in Russia, that's how he puts his wife to bed.
Suplex.
He's just like, just go to sleep. Go to sleep, child. Allah loves you.
I want one more child. All right.
So this chip, we're back on this chip. Is that where?
Are you actually doing it?
Yeah, of course I am.
No, I mean right now. I'm like, man, I would have kept my kids up for 15 more minutes if I would have known that you're going to be doing it. I'll be like, hey, you can watch from the TV.
Oh.
So
You give me 2 minutes, I'll get them up. They'll be watching on the TV. They were so disappointed that we're doing it near the end of the
Okay,
podcast.
I'm going to create a thumbnail for your podcast, so hold the chip bag up so I can take a
Oh,
picture.
you want to hold the box up too? That way they know
There you
they
go.
have an idea.
All right.
Because this is the thing.
There you go. There's your thumbnail.
nice.
Boom. Schwang. All right, go get your kids up then.
Look
Yeah,
how cute
all right.
that is.
It's fantastic.
I really want
Actually, I really like
Are you
this
actually
because it's
gonna wake
making
your
you
kids
do
up for
more
this?
work.
They're not asleep.
Oh.
They haven't fallen asleep. I
So
literally
are they
put
just going to like watch on the screen?
on the TV in the other room?
Oh, gotcha. 10
My favorite part about you leaving is how we get to make fun of you, and then you'll never know about it.
I know, this is fantastic because he doesn't listen to the show.
Yeah.
Such a dumbass.
What an idiot! I love it. I love it.
See, I thought his kids really wanted to watch him do it. No, they just want to see somebody suffer.
They want to see eye rolling
They
in the back
are
of the
they
head.
are true masochists. Like they're 100% Mike's kids. Yep,
They come. It's bred into them.
they come by it honestly.
That's right. Oh my goodness! So what do we? Should we just hum a tune while he's gone? Like,
Yeah, I
what
mean
do
we
do
just do the Jeopardy music, and
do you think we could do it?
Do you,
Make-
speaking
make
of
it
Jeopardy,
aggressively
do
awkward.
you remember the Saturday Night Live Jeopardies with Will Ferrell?
oh my gosh, yes.
I saw a reel from that the other day, and it just threw me all the way back on memory lane.
Oh, I know. I legit had like a burned CD of just the
Yes.
audio that I
Yes.
put in my car and listened to over and over again.
Speaking of, I gotta I'm gonna do the reel into the microphone. You guys have it's just so I think I probably sent you this one, Brian, because I send you lots of reels.
The biggest Saturday Night Live skit
Yes.
that ever stuck out to me was when Jim Carrey decided to jump into the Night at the Roxbury skit. You ever see that skit where
Oh, yeah.
they're like
Yeah.
they're just bebopping and Jim Carrey pops his head up, and that was the moment I realized that the fact that they didn't do a number 2 and bring Jim Carrey in as like the long lost brother, I'm like, that is the biggest missed opportunity of
In
that
all of
genre.
comedy.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
agreed.
How could
Okay,
you?
I'm gonna play this.
Right now, there's like 45 genders, or how many numbers there are, how many genders there. Why is one of the most popular things on the internet gender reveal parties? You know, like, oh, my fetus is gonna be a girl. Like, what, you'd think we'd be having these
How
gender
dare
reveal
you.
parties at like 30-year-olds. We're having like a, hey, good news, everyone come to my apartment. I'm having a gender reveal. Now I'm a lady.
Of course it's Bert Crusher. Of course. Fucking
But like,
genius.
if you think
my
about
gosh.
it, gender reveal parties are boys or girls.
That's very gender normative and cis of you.
Yep.
Yeah, but like,
As a point of reference,
but
if anybody
nobody points that out though.
I was
Until
talking about
that.
this the other week. We were talking about this, and it's like I would hate to try and date nowadays because if anybody asked me, "Hey, what's your pronouns?" I'd be like, "Fuck off." If they're cool with me saying "fuck off" to them, yeah,
Then you'll
we're
date
good.
them.
Well, that one interviewer,
We're good.
that one
Then you'll
interviewer
date
that's
them
always
even
like
if they have a
walking
dick?
around.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
giant penis. They're like, "All right, you're cool."
Well, that one interviewer is like he wrote a book on. He's like, what is a woman? Right? I'm sure you've
I
seen that.
watched the
bullshit.
But
documentary.
like, where he like interviewed that older guy, and he's like, so like, what makes you a man then? Because I have a dick.
I feel like that's so
Simple solutions.
My penis helps. Why are we constantly getting back on dick talk?
Anyways,
Every time I
no.
leave the room, I come back, it's all about penis.
Our guest brought a weird energy today.
We brought big dick
All right.
energies. What we got.
Well, Devin's eating
Swinging on in here.
All right, are they?
Yeah,
Are they
they're
sitting there watching already?
Wait. Okay, hold on.
Shit.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get the timer so I can mess with it real quick here.
Okay, before I press record, let's try to keep it clean so we can actually post this.
Oh, that's so much.
You
Okay.
ruined the vibe.
You're asking somebody who
that's
swears
a
regularly for
big
no
ass.
reason
I know.
to
I know,
restrain myself.
but, like-
wow.
Are you recording right now?
Just use the Kelly Clarkson stuff.
All right, so
Mother, father!
Fuzzy socksucker. We talked about this too.
Fuzzy socksucker. That's right. Okay, so
he blew out the bottom of the bag.
Hey, Mike.
so since Grinch isn't doing the one chip with me here because I decided
the
to
ghost
bogart
pepper?
the thing.
Yeah.
I
Those are
got
good.
I got
They're
him
actually
the next. I got him a bag of Packy chips of their hottest flavor of just the normal bag kind. And they're not...
those are genuinely good flavor. They're spicy, but they're good flavor.
Yeah.
I've heard say that this tastes like garbage, like cardboard.
I would hope so.
Okay.
It doesn't taste like hopes and dreams.
Oh, you got the heat?
Yeah, I
You got to
the
eat at
heat.
least a few for the
I'm
heat to set
going
in.
to be eating a few.
Okay,
While
so
he's
the
eating
rules
that, I'll
the
be eating
rules
this.
of the one chip challenge are: you eat the chip, chew it up, show that you got the blue tongue, that you did swallow it, and go as long as you can without relief. Now, I'm looking forward to this, but also really dreading it because I know this is going to suck. But tomorrow is going to be memory.
Yes.
Well,
And the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, I was going to say you'll remember.
Yeah,
Alright.
you'll
So hold on,
remember.
do I start timing when you swallowed or just
No,
when it's in
no,
the
no, no. When he puts it in his mouth.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Because you're not able to swallow.
That's what she said.
I feel like this is swallowing is the easiest part for Devin.
No,
Anyways,
not for that chip.
For that chip?
The chip is broken. There's a corner here if you want it.
I brought you chopsticks so
I
you wouldn't touch
think
it with your
Mike
fingers.
should try the corner. I
Dude,
think.
I'm
I
not-
think.
I have a feeling I'm going to wind up touching my
Are you
eye.
serious?
I'm dead serious. Is he starting to get the powder already, or am I just being a Nancy?
Don't smell it.
Yeah, but you have COVID.
I don't smell it.
I'm
All
not
right.
joking. He's
Okay,
like
where's the
shaking
corner? Are you going to give Mike the corner too?
No, he's eating that. It's fine.
Devin really wants the pride of saying, I done it.
I done
Yeah,
it.
you don't
All right.
date it.
I done did it.
And
Okay.
I was willing to, just for the record.
For the
I
record,
was
you were 100% willing to split it.
to split this chip.
But if you split it, did you really do the challenge?
that is the thing.
I would argue yes.
I
My
would
hope is
argue
that you
yes.
have to
I
urinate
mean,
right
you're
after.
welcome to do it if you'd like.
No, we're already decided.
I think
I mean,
he should,
if we're moving the goalposts now,
I think if we're going to talk about pussification, he should do the corner. I'm just saying.
Why don't you save the corner instead of dummying the whole thing?
and
then
save it and give it to Gideon.
No. He will
I've already maimed one of your children today.
Yeah.
so-
You already
It's also true.
knocked one
Stop
of them
now.
out.
All right, stop stalling. All right, fuck. Sorry.
All right.
Here.
Shoot. Darn.
Mother,
Dang.
father, socksucker.
All right.
Kelly Clarkson!
I really want to tell you about my movie idea while we're
'Kay.
doing this.
Okay.
All right, Devin.
But this is hard to do now that I'm to it.
No, don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Just do
It's
it.
only excruciating pain for a long
Oh,
time.
I can spell from here.
I know. I'm getting
Hold on, I'm
It's
getting that.
like-
I can't drink anything until after I've done this. So I'm gonna.
Don't purify your palate, you dummy.
Nice. Nice.
I love it. If I ever want him to do something, I just tell him don't do it.
Okay, Devin.
All right.
Oh, man,
Time's
he's
going.
doing it.
Time's going.
And
Oh, it's
now-
all over your lips too. So that's
What
gonna
happens is it also turns your blood, your
blood?
tongue blue,
Be, I can see it on his lips.
so that you can prove, hey, I done it. Did you start the timer?
Yeah. Oh, I'm being honest
I
about
will
it.
start
Okay, just making sure he's honest.
Oh yeah, that's in there.
Yeah, that's blue. He done swallowed it. So
All right,
far,
Now I'm on the wave.
so far,
So far, he's
we're
not even
20
sweating.
seconds in. How's it going?
It's hot.
20 seconds, and it's hot. And you know that's not even peaking, right? That's like that's how it starts.
Did we have a garbage can in here in case of vomit?
Why do your eyes
Oh,
actually look
where
like
did I
they're
put that
protruding
thing?
out of your face already?
It's likely true.
He's going red-eye, man. Like,
I gotta go grab
it's like he's just smoked a joint.
We're almost at a minute.
Okay, so the headphones, just for our listeners, I'm going to do a play-by-play here.
We're actually losing color in his face.
Okay, so the necklace and the headphones have both come off now. What time are we at there, Brian?
We're just over 1 minute.
Okay, we are at 1 minute and 10 seconds. And we are slightly hunched over in the chair. The headphones and the necklace have come off.
I believe they call this the birthing position. Is it getting better or worse?
Okay, so light, deep breathing has started, and we brought in a vomit can.
I wonder how long it's going to until it peaks. You're handling it exceptionally well. I got to
Yeah.
give it to you.
Because he likes blood.
no, he's internalizing it. Trust me.
Now
I
here's
grew
the
up
thing.
with this
He
guy.
cried
I know.
inside like a winner.
Now, here's the thing. Devin was saying not too long ago, I enjoy the flavors, the experience of the heat.
What did it
and
taste
getting
like?
through
Like, what
it.
was the flavor?
There was no flavor.
Oh, it was just straight hot. And
It was just
some tortilla.
It was just tortilla. There wasn't even salt flavor.
Really?
Oh, so
So it's not
Okay.
even enjoyable.
It tasted like mild corn.
Because I love you.
For now, or at the beginning.
That's taste. Heat is different.
So on a scale of like 1 to 10, like how hot is it, like compared to other hot things you've eaten? Are we like way up there, or
At the moment, we're at 4 out of 10.
what? That's slightly disappointing.
All right,
Yeah.
where are we at for time?
We're just 2.5 minutes here.
All
But
right.
4 out of 10 has his necklace off, headphones off, hunched over, and the eyes are glazing red.
This is not it's a rosary. I'm doing Hail Marys.
Now, there is this thing, if you last less than a minute, you're powerless. But if you last 10 minutes, you're powerful.
Okay, we're at 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
How are you feeling in this 2 minutes?
Okay.
Oh,
I
my mouth
feel-
is on fire.
I feel like there's like it's got to start digesting, and then it's got to start coming back up the esophagus. Then it's going to start getting hot, like the heartburn aspect of it.
Oh, I got Pepto.
Does it burn all the way down, or
I
is it
did
just all
bring
mouth?
Pepto
It's
for
all
that
mouth.
reason.
Really? Interesting.
It's all in the mouth.
All mouth.
Okay.
No lips.
Really? Well, you got lucky. Oh, don't lick your
So
lips
it's a taste bud thing. So it must be like, it could be
Well,
like,
it's also roof of my mouth.
okay.
Oh, so it's burning everywhere. Sorry, I had some of these chips and I'm doing the light version, and
You need to have more, fucker.
I know.
I'm
How
sorry.
many have you had?
I'm a little late on the beeps.
You can share this. We don't care.
All right, it just went up to a 6.
All right.
It's elevating. Nice. You have huge bowls. I like bowls.
We've gathered that.
Do you like fondling or squeezing?
Both. You don't do one without the other.
It's like a speedball. You want a speed bag.
I feel like you can use this social media content as like a reel to promote your podcast on your new Instagram page.
Yep.
Which you're going to start using regularly? Why are you look like you're in pain, bro? You had a mild chip comparatively.
I
Dude,
know.
you had like one of those like lightly
know?
dusted
I
Doritos.
know.
If you start drinking milk before Devin, I'm gonna be so sad.
I'm gonna
won't.
slap you
I
in your
won't.
pee
Well,
hole.
why aren't you
I will
continuing
not.
Why aren't you
That
eating more?
doesn't make. I just had one, and
Just one? You had
another
one chip?
one. Another one.
Those are actually really
You
good.
are making it very
My
difficult.
ears hurt.
All right, so
My ears
we've got
hurt.
to the level of the ear canal starting to hurt, but the
Yeah.
What do
eustachian
you
tube.
mean? What taste bud is in your ear canal?
Doesn't matter.
That's
It hurts.
weird.
It's the eustachian tube that connects between your
Oh,
sinuses.
I know how.
And it's wafting up through there into the ear. I'm going to use my biology back now here a little bit.
My lips
Okay.
are quivering. I'm feeling endorphins and shit.
Does it feel good, endorphins?
Yeah. I feel like I'd be really good at mushrooms.
On next episode, it's going to be Devin's been doing mushrooms apparently. I'm just committing him to that because he can't deny it now.
We've thought about it.
I'm just saying, I think I'd be good at
it. Hasn't happened.
I'm not saying I will do them.
How are you
I
good
still
at
think
stuff
we
like-
should title this episode Chicken Skins.
Shit. Oh, man. I just pictured a nutsack.
This is awesome.
What do you mean awesome?
It's awesome.
You just said.
Would the
Oh,
right word
wow.
be euphoric?
A little bit.
Well, we're at 5.5 minutes here. You're doing exceptionally well. I got to
Yeah.
give it to you. I really do.
I'm starting to feel the heartburn now.
Nice.
I wonder how warm that milk
Oh,
is.
sorry. My kids
Oh,
are.
your kids are knocking at the door. If they want to come congratulate me, I will accept the adulations. Oh, ears. Yeah, ears hurt.
That's a weird thing. I didn't anticipate that.
It's like a whole body.
Oh, they brought you a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Wait. Let me get a picture of this.
It's so weird. He's fanning
There
his
we
chin,
go.
and now it smells like balls in here.
You would know.
Not nice ones either. Like having
Extra
showered in a few
vinegary.
days.
A few days sitting.
Yeah.
Like they're starting to get that crust.
They're marinating.
Okay, I think we just leveled up to a 7.
Actually, it hasn't leveled up any further past the 6. It's just my whole body is getting involved now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It
Endorphins
needs
are
time.
flowing.
That means, yeah. Like, are we going to literally sit here for an hour to see if he makes it
No,
an hour?
Maybe we should just keep on keeping
I
on.
have a feeling that after 10 minutes, it's just going to be like, all right, I'm good.
Well, we're at
Just open the door.
Okay, but I want a full detailed report the next time you take a poo.
No, don't bring that guitar in here,
Hellies, how's
sweetie.
it going?
All my kids want to be involved with this
I
shit.
honestly want to know what it's like taking your morning poo. Like, I think that's going to fully wrap the story.
Oh yeah, no, the follow up, because we are going to have to do a certain level of pre-podcast little. Hey, this is what we tried to do. It didn't work out quite the way we wanted. Listen here, or I don't know, something we'll have to do because we're not releasing this till fuck, my mouth is on fire, and I don't
man.
know how you're doing this.
I thought this would be way worse.
Really?
Yeah, but see, I know him, and he handles spicy stuff like wicked good.
Yeah,
I knew I was probably going to be slightly
You
disappointed.
need to do another chip.
Oh, fuck
So
you.
what is it going to take to get
I'm
Mr.
bad at
Friesen
this.
to do the one chip challenge? That's the question.
Me?
Yeah, what's it take?
I will never do it. Like, after I had stomach ulcers, there's no way I'd ever do
right.
it.
I forgot. You're
Like,
taking
there-
Yeah, you don't
there-
want to mess with that.
There would literally be no way. And then I had like a gut infection last year in March. There's no way I'd ever do it. I'd put myself in the hospital 100%.
Yeah. No, these are actually really good.
Like, I won't even
They're
do
spicy,
those.
but I enjoy them. Like,
I'm not going to lie. The people doing those on YouTube are giant pussies.
Or they're just accentuating it for YouTube to get views.
Oh, yeah.
It's one or the other because this is not that bad. This may not even be the worst.
I think
I've
we
done.
should fire up the
Really?
Itchy Band and get him on
I
the
thought
Itchy
this
Band
was supposed
too.
to be like a 2 million on the scale or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be super hot.
Yeah, but like I think it's as he digests it, I truly think it's gonna get worse. Because
Like,
it's gonna
if you-
start getting into his system.
If
and
you
his-
just take a raw habanero as is, pop it in your mouth, season all, chew it up, and swallow it, it's close to. It's in the same ballpark. as that.
Comparable.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
All right, here's the problem. I really want to take a drink, but not for relief. I just enjoy having a drink, and it's really frustrating.
That is an excellent way to sell it. You're very good at being a giant
Fuck you.
pussy.
I'm not doing
I
it.
feel like it's getting puffier.
I remember my first beer. Why are you saying that about your?
I'm not gonna lie,
Your
this-
pouch.
This makes me feel like
Like a god.
No, like about 15 minutes after you do 2 shots. Like
Like the euphoric.
the euphoria. Yeah, it's very similar to doing a couple shots of whiskey and then waiting 15 minutes and then how you just kind of feel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My lips are on fire.
Yeah.
Give me one of those chips.
Well, so what to
He
expect?
wants
Look,
more chips. That's the crazy part.
What to
you don't even want
expect?
the.
So I don't think you're even at the final level here, though, because it says number one. You're the time to take over.
What's the time at? What do we have for time?
We are at almost 10 minutes.
Okay. So, just for reference, I'm now taking a Packy Haunted Ghost Pepper Chip, which is the hottest of their bag stuff, and then Mike is bitching about, and I'm
I'm
eating
not
it now.
bitching. I don't like hot.
See, these have a nice flavor to them, though.
This is way nicer.
Yeah, this would be like relief almost.
Because that other one was just to like, hey, are you a pussy or not? Eat this chip. That's like, hey, enjoy these chips, and they're
And
really
have a good
hot.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that.
And he's eating a bag of them.
This is number 2.
I
know,
just
I've had
really
a-
hope that tomorrow morning
Why do you think I'm not
you
counting?
don't wake up the neighbors with how much you regret what you just are doing right now.
I love regret.
It tastes so good.
So you think a lot of people are doing that?
Face.
You think a lot of people are
You're
doing
just
the
like,
clickbaity
what
thing?
is happening?
I enjoy these chips, but I feel
They're not that bad.
weak now, though, because you're just like, man, these are chips, but I like most of my face is melting. But I'm
Oh,
like,
dude, like, I feel like really high / drunk right now. Like, this is nothing. It's like having extra shots after you're already wasted. It's nothing.
It still affects you though.
Yeah, that's future Devin's problem.
What do we say? He's
So,
the same person.
hey, if you would tell your future self anything right now, speak into the microphone.
Don't be a bitch.
me too. We're all doing this.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like, well, I feel like I'm being called one at this point.
No.
This is so silly.
I have not partaken in anything, so if anybody's
Yeah.
the bitch here, it's me.
No, you're honest about it. You're upfront. You're not pretending to be nobody, right?
I'm married. I have no shame.
We're all married.
Yeah.
Do you have shame?
Oh, obviously, I'm married. My wife reminds me of it.
No, this is like
Just
really
kidding.
fun. I would do the challenge again.
Maybe we
I
should
thi-
do the 2-chip challenge.
No. I think we need to find something hotter. I think you need that gummy.
Okay, so I've got a gummy at home called the Little Nitro, which is supposedly up to 9 times hotter than the chip.
What?
So now that I've done this, I know I know I can do
Okay,
it.
when you're gonna do the gummy though, we're gonna be back on here because I need to win.
There's a
this
sucker
set.
too. Apparently, there's a sucker that's supposed to be just
Yeah,
bananas.
it's called the Toe of Satan.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Hey, didn't we do like talk
got
about the
something for Mike.
OnlyFans feet thing?
Exactly. Feet stuff. I mean,
What is
moldy
that?
toe.
This is for
moldy
Mike.
toe.
The toe of Satan.
No.
Oh no, it's just it's a normal sucker. It's just got a scorpion in it.
A real scorpion?
A real scorpion. They're not bad.
So cool.
You want to eat it? Go ahead.
That's as close as I'll
I've
ever
eaten
get to a scorpion.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There's virtually no chance that I would put this in my face.
What? I've eaten that.
I'll
It's
do it.
good.
They probably
No,
extracted
that
the
would be
poison
relief. That would be
That would be considered relief.
Damn
that
it!
would-
Oh, you hit me the
Give me another chip.
Oh, just the left one.
Sorry, like I said, I'm spice drunk right now.
Oh, it's just the right angle. Why do my giblets come out when I cross
Like
my legs?
I think because we've started a texting group, you need to update the text group
Okay,
tomorrow
is this
morning.
We're naming that text group Chicken Skin.
chicken skin?
That or fungal toe.
Fungal
Toe
toe
fungus.
one.
I'm so sorry for hitting you in the balls just now.
You only
Did it
hit
really?
one.
Did it
One.
really?
My
Where
right-
did
That's
you say you
worse
went?
than both of them.
My left.
Like, and it just.
bing.
Okay, 100%. Getting
You,
one
are you
nut
getting
is
that
way worse
nauseated
than
feeling, Brian?
Not yet. That takes a few seconds to set
Are
in.
you-
I don't
are
know if
you
it was
getting
hard
that-
enough. It was just enough to let me know, like, you still got
Are
your
you-
giblets.
Are you getting that nut
Yeah.
high? Are you getting that left nut high that Devin's talking?
Or, like, creeps up a little bit, and it's like, why'd you do
We're
that
like
to me, mister?
retracts. Like the retraction.
What's the worst you've ever been hit in the balls?
bicycle? Like the bicycle bar, for sure.
What?
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I've never properly caught the nuts on the bicycle bar.
Yeah, no,
That
I
being
caught
said-
a nut between the bar
That
and
being
my
said,
body
once
weight.
as a kid, I did go
And it
off a
didn't
bike
pop.
really hard at your house.
Yeah, we were probably doing jumps. No, but you also went off a bike really hard at my house when you were doing downhill stuff.
Yeah, we were
with your
doing
cape.
we were doing downhill.
Yeah, and you were doing Superman cape. And so, okay, so context. We were living out at Charlie Lake, and I had this, like, downhill driver, really long downhill driver, right?
So we had our bikes there,
gravel.
like
We
kids
had
are
a bike.
supposed to.
You know, we're just hanging out.
Big kids.
And we're like, hey, we should, like, unzip our jackets so they fill with air, and they're like a cape when we're going down our bikes. Like, how cool is that, right? So Devin here unzips the windbreaker. He's doing 9-0 down the driveway, and he decides to look back to
That is
check
super cool cape.
to see if his cape was in fact horizontal and turning his front wheel at the same time. Endoed at 9-0 goes over the like, because like it just like the front wheel of the bike turned and like stopped him, and he continues forward. Dude, like we were picking pebbles out of his back for hours. Like
dude.
there was like skin removal happening on arms and back. Yeah, it was a bad
All right,
deal.
In that moment, I learned the price of vanity.
What's the story
But
of
then
your...
you know what you said when I came running at you because I was screaming like, "Are you okay?" You said, "How was my cape?"
Was it worth it?
I kid you
I
not.
wanted to know if it was worth it or not.
I kid you not. You were like, "How was my cape?" And I knew you were okay.
Cool, though? Was it cool, though?
Oh, dude, it was 100% legit.
Nice.
And it was like one of those, like, you know, like
Here,
where
I'm
it's
sorry
got
for
the
hitting you in the top
triangles.
right. Okay.
It's got the triangle designs with like the 80s purple and white and blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kind.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe you threw a scorpion sucker at my dick.
It's a
Yeah,
weird
but
thing
now
to
you get to
say.
say that. You get to say for the rest of your
The
life.
things that happen in the pothole.
A man
So I really
who
feel
ate
like
the chip like it was
We're
no
at
challenge
15
at all.
minutes now.
I know he's gone. Like these things, like they're not. It's diminishing returns. It's like the first time you do cocaine, and you're like, "Woo, this is great," and then I've never done cocaine, but guys
But
tell
then you're
me.
always chasing that high.
Believe me, I know a lot of guys that have done cocaine. They're always chasing that high, and
Always
like,
borders.
all I'm doing with these chips here is trying to chase it high, and it's doing nothing for me.
But you're going to keep eating the chips.
Yeah, they taste great.
They are a good
Like
tasting
cocaine.
chip.
With that being said, it does ruin the audio.
There, that was just for you. Don't blame me. I'm spice high.
So
Everything I do is sanctioned now.
So let's go around the room here on a scale of like 1 to 10 on the entertainment scale. Where are we sitting at here with this one chip
Okay.
challenge? Like I'm a hard 4.5.
It was underwhelming.
Underwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I would
I'm
do it again
below
for fun.
a
That being
50%.
said, I think theatrically I would do it
I
better.
think it would have
because I
been a better
lot-
challenge for him.
Because it's not a challenge
of
for
his
you. You
inflated
love
One chip
I-
2.0.
No, I hate spice. Like even these chips are like doing something to me that I don't enjoy this.
See, and he loves spicy stuff.
I know. That's why I was like, okay.
I think we need to fire up the itchy band.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that. We can save it next time. We just do this in
I
a
think
month.
the next time we got to do the gummy. Like,
It has to be done.
Like, because we have to, like, now it's like an interrogation for you. We have to break you. We have to keep going until you are broke.
I mean, we could pause this and go do the Ichiban and then feed it to me now while this is still fresh in my mouth and see if that compounds on top of itself. That is possible.
What's your timeline?
I told my wife to not expect me home early.
Do not expect you.
Okay, I think this needs to be done.
I'm giving him a right.
We have to
now.
see
Only
what I
9
can
o'clock.
handle.
We're barely started.
Hey,
We
Mike,
need my pee hole to burn tomorrow.
I have good news.
That's called chlamydia.
No, listen.
All right,
We're talking about,
listening.
we're like, what do we have to do tomorrow? I don't know if you guys knew this, but I got fired on Monday.
Well, obviously we didn't know that.
That's amazing, right?
Congratulations.
They're like,
sorry.
hey, it's not working out. They gave me the most generic bullshit you ever heard in your whole life. And I'm like, you guys are so lame. Like, this is the worst way to get fired. It was mutual. 100%. Like, I was
Yeah, but
already
you get severance now.
I did, dude. They gave me a month. 160 hours.
Nice.
And then I paid $5,000 in taxes because they gave 2 years worth of my holidays and then the severance and then this and then that. But so I was kind of sad about that. But I don't have anywhere to be tomorrow.
Okay,
so let's fire the issue out.
Mike, you're self-employed. I'm selfish employed.
I am under a ridiculous time crunch, so no matter what I do tonight, I gotta wake up for that bell tomorrow. But
That's
fuck
right.
it, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, we're pressing pause, and we will be back.
I still have to wake up for the bell, too.
Yeah, we're all there.
What, it's been like 10 minutes?
About 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's been about 10 minutes.
I re-put my kids to bed.
Since you bought yogurt tubes.
They're frozen, so they're like popsicles.
I know. It's
You
like,
cut them open.
I am so disappointed that one chip challenge did not like.
It did not yield
We
any
had
extra
everything.
assistance.
Right, like I don't feel like I need anything to tame it down. It's gone now.
My wife, that
That's a
bread,
bummer.
bread that you just had,
It's unbelievable.
it's fresh. I'm talking this afternoon fresh.
It's like it almost feels warm on the inside
Yeah,
still.
yeah. So my wife made fresh bread. We got milk. We had milk. I brought it upstairs because we don't fucking need it. We got orange juice because apparently acid's supposed to be good for alleviating.
You bought
spikes.
lime juice.
Lime juice. Well, I bought
Pepto.
lime for your cola. I
Oh,
didn't
fair
buy.
enough.
I bought it for that, and then looked up research. I'm like, oh, lime.
I was hoping for an actual like lime wedge.
They literal fruit.
The wedge of lime.
I see. Yeah.
Hey,
But
so
I didn't get a green room either, so
is that still good?
This rum?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go
Can I
bad.
just have a little splash? I
Yeah, yeah,
forgot
of
that I wasn't
course.
driving. I haven't had even one drink in like
Oh, so you're gonna
multiple years. Not like a lot. Like don't
Yeah,
sauce me. I
obvious-
just want to
obvious.
splash.
going off the wagon on our podcast. Interesting.
okay.
No.
This just made me
I still
feel. This
got-
made me feel really weird.
You let me know if you need more.
He's got a little holder.
Yeah, it's literally got a little gas handle.
It's all the rum's on top, so you're gonna hit it. You get hit by it right away.
Well, I just wanted to. I can't stick my finger in there.
You just gotta
You
swirl it.
you just put your hand on top and
Put
shake
your
it.
thumb over the hole.
All right, so you made that chip your bitch. I've
I
never
guess.
seen anybody.
I will not go above a 4.5 out of 10 on the entertainment scale on that.
Well,
I
it,
won't. I can't do it.
it barely went over a 5 on heat.
Yeah,
I think he's just holds it really well, though.
I
Any one of us would have been rolling
I'd
on
be
the floor,
crying.
crying,
Yeah,
pooping
it-
flames.
It peaked at
Confessing
around.
sin.
I start getting hiccups when things get real spicy. I'm a hiccuper.
It peaked right before my ears started hurting.
like that gag reflex.
Yeah, yeah. When it hits the back of your throat.
just
that sensation in
Okay.
the ears though was so weird. Like, that was odd.
there is something that you guys wanted to talk about, which I find fascinating because
Was it
It was
gag
just
reflex?
bros. It was just bros talking about.
it was
penis.
just bros talking about
Again,
penises
for some
again.
reason.
Somehow, Devin is prepping his.
How many listeners are listening to this and at one point in their life have compared sizes? Come on.
physically
Okay,
or
so
like just
So
verbally?
here's the thing. So this is,
I
Physically or
personally have
verbally?
never done that, though.
I have never whipped it out and like held my penis
No.
beside another man's penis.
No,
Like comparing swords.
you.
Like, but that
That would just get so intimate.
Well,
Like,
the problem
and
you
that-
would know somebody
so
on
here,
a level
the
that you would know nobody
the
else.
segue to this is
I'm
you
so
can't
glad I've
compare-
never partaken in that.
No.
So what we were talking about to segue into what we're talking is you
What the hell?
Look how
is-
dark this is. It looks like coagulated blood.
What is the name and brand of this one?
So the brand is Bulldog Spicy Ramen.
Yeah, update the listeners of what you're doing.
So I am pouring this spicy sauce.
I
over
want you
these
to lick
ramen
the
noodles
packet. I want you to
No,
lick
he's
the
not
packet.
no.
after I eat the noodles.
Fair. Like, you got to lick the packet clean
It-
to make
this
sure
is
it's all
the,
there.
this is the noodle that made his wiener his noodle.
Yeah, and this is just to add to the scenario because I was disappointed
good.
with the chip.
That's really good.
I need
Thank
to
you.
keep the spice high going higher. So
Packy needs to do a better job.
yeah, seriously, like up your game.
Like,
Packy.
why
That
put
was-
it in a
It sounds
coffin?
like you're being racist.
if
That was
nobody's
how you-
there?
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes. P-A-Q-U-I. Packy.
Yeah, we're not being
Packy one
racist.
chip
It's how
challenge.
it's how it's
One
spelled.
chip
not
challenge
hockey.
needs to up their game.
It's not
Yeah.
hockey. It's just okay. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so we were talking about dicks. I want to talk about this real quick here because if you ever whipped your penis out and actually compared it to another man, there's only one way to get a true measurement, and you got to be hard.
You have to be erect.
So we started talking about, are you a grower or a shower? And then, like, I'm a grower for sure. I'm
I
almost a
am
little bit.
definitely a grower.
Like, I'm scared to get out of the pool. I need my pants to not be tight.
Like
See, that's
the
not-
cellophane stick.
no.
Dude,
Man,
no,
that's
because,
so weird.
I agree and
because it's
disagree.
like, it would be like
My-
a man in a tight dress.
Yes.
And you could see the lump.
With that being said, as a grower
smells like
myself,
regular
I just
ramen.
don't want other people to see my dick. I don't want them to get an unfair understanding of my size. So I'm like, no, nobody needs to see my shit.
But being a grower, it doesn't matter. Because you.
yeah, but
there's
nobody
not even an
understands
unfair
that. They're like, oh, look at how tiny that thing is. It's like, no. You, any guy would be like, of course, he's a
I
grower.
can tell you confidently, allegedly, that being called baby dick one time will ruin your life
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. Especially by your wife.
Especially exactly gonna say.
Or you hear this? Oh, look how cute it is.
Oh my goodness, the
It's
worst thing.
adorable. You're not
call it
going
no.
Realize
nowhere.
that's not a compliment, right?
You're not
Where's
going-
Nemo?
Oh my goodness. Does that mean one of your giblets is messed up? Because Nemo's wing is like, meh.
Find the Nemo in the coral, buddy.
So we were talking about, is it actually advantageous to be a grower?
Yes, 100%.
Or you mean a shower? Is it
No.
advantageous to be a grower or a
No.
shower? Which one are you talking about?
I think it's
Grower.
advantageous to be a grower from an athletic standpoint because it just shrivels right up.
Oh
like a
yeah,
turtle.
no, 100%.
Turtle,
But is
right?
it advantageous to be a shower? That's the bigger question: is it advantageous to be a shower? Because what you see is what you get. That's it. This is it. It's just straighter.
It goes from down to up.
Yeah.
Period.
There's
It's
nothing
not like, oh,
impressive about
whoa!
it.
There's no surprise element.
All you
Yeah.
have is would be the bulge.
Yeah.
The natural bulge, which I
natural
do
bulge.
not have. But
Like,
beyond-
who would
beyond
want it down
visual-
their leg?
beyond
Who wants
aesthetics,
it
though?
down their leg?
Yeah,
chafing
that's what I'm
on
saying.
jeans and
beyond
denim.
aesthetics, you're out
Trying
of
to think of pants that is like
advantageous.
dipping in the water
Here's
and
the
all
thing.
that.
If you've worn like Saks underwear where it's got the wings to keep everything in,
Yeah.
they designed that whole underwear around growers, not around growers, not showers, because like you couldn't bunch all that into the wings. So like the majority has to be growers.
Yeah.
How you
has
feeling?
to be. Did you lick the packet?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, dang.
Come on,
What a
Devin.
noob.
Let's go.
Just making this spicy shit as bitch.
I'm so salty about it.
No. This is not over until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not over until future Devin weighs
We're
in.
gonna have like an 8-hour hiatus where we'll all be
So we're
sleeping,
recording tomorrow
and
night.
Devin's gonna be in the bathroom crapping his guts out.
I could just imagine the morning he's sitting in bed. He goes, and he goes, "Oh, sweet baby Jesus."
All right. Here's what's got to happen. If for some
Is that
reason,
worse than the chip?
No.
Oh, I think your body language is saying.
No, but it's peaking now. It's peaking like right
all right,
now.
Like
with
the
that being
ramen.
said, you start shitting yourself like horribly in the bathroom tonight. You take some audio. I want to
Ooh, yeah, I
get
went a
the
little-
verbal
A
like.
little heavy on this.
This
No,
was
it hasn't peaked.
I couldn't taste it at all the first go.
I don't-
Did you
I
put a
don't-
lot more in it?
no.
I do not
It
want to
went-
hear a toilet bullshit.
No,
I just
not
want
the
an
toilet
update
bullshit.
status of the Ring of
I want
Fire
a
level.
Black
verbal-
ring.
I want the verbal video. Like you can take audio on your phone and just email it to me. We'll add it into the podcast. And it's like this is such a bad idea. It doesn't have to be in the shitter, but it would help.
Headphones and the beads are still on. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
So it's not even.
We're just chooching along here then.
Yeah, he's
It's
fine.
still no joke though.
It's no joke.
Okay.
Well, he looked like
My entertainment value is coming up a little bit again.
I was just surprised it actually looked like you were pouring tar out of the package.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It
it's
was
like
thick.
acid.
I thought it was going to be powder like the standard ramen.
Yeah, no,
No.
it was a thick,
Yeah. It's like molasses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thick, goopy black hot sauce.
Yeah.
it's like
My,
acid.
my lips burn like motherfucker right now.
Yeah, see the
The
chip.
sauce, yeah.
The chip was like, I wonder if it was built into the chip or did you feel a powder on the chip?
All right, hold on.
Like, what was on the chip? Was it the chip itself that was
It was
hot?
the chip itself.
So it was built into the chip so it wouldn't hit your lips.
Yeah.
See, this is like you know how like oil sticks, right? Like that stuff would have stuck to his lips also.
All right. So
And the lips
we
is a
know you're not a
completely
bitch.
different
So if you need something to drink, you need
So
something to eat,
this-
let us know.
I'm just trying to describe it. This one is way more mouth hot.
Okay.
Like my mouth feels like more
Like
instantaneously
fiery.
To be fair, you anteed up though, right? Like you were riding the heat wave. So
Yeah, this was already after the
that's
one
what it's
shot
on top
challenge.
of. So I wonder if it would.
But the rest, like my ears aren't hurting.
Yeah.
There's no like rush of a
Like
high.
it's just like a mouth heat.
It's like mouth heat and like, yeah. Whew.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I said, you need something to drink, let us know. You don't. You've already proven
Those,
yourself.
you know what?
10 times.
Honestly,
we're
those
already way
yogurt
beyond
tubes
that.
are pretty deadly. I would recommend yogurt tubes all the way around because
Because
they're pretty good.
Yeah, that
Yeah, dude,
sounds
you're-
delicious.
40 minutes, I would say that you're.
And I haven't done anything to
that's what
cool
I'm
this
saying.
down the
Like
whole time.
you've very clearly dominated it in a way that I would never
I
have.
got my headphones are jacked.
I am so disappointed. I actually really, really wanted to fail.
Yeah, that's a big part of it because I was asking Devin.
Well, it would have made the
between our-
podcast better.
Yeah, and
I
we would
know.
have been watching you for 10
Now this
minutes.
is a
basically beat
mediocre
you.
episode about four guys talking about penises versus
The whole
one-
damn time, like right from the second one.
That's right.
But you started it with the foursome.
You did.
That was a mistake.
Correct.
But we ran with it. We ran with said mistake.
I do want
You're
to.
welcome.
I do want to talk about my TV show.
Oh,
You have a TV show?
I have a TV
He has
show
an
idea.
idea
Hold
for
on,
one.
hold on.
So
Am
just
I
wait.
getting shafted? This is a year old now, and you're like, oh, it's Brent
No.
Barney on a joke.
No. This is where we
I'm
get
not
to make
Mike.
fun of him for his idea of a TV
Nice.
show.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Okay,
this
So
is-
head,
this is
go
perfect.
ahead.
Well, no, I'm using this like chapstick.
Hold on, you gotta
It
keep
doesn't
going.
look like chapstick.
I think I actually got that.
All
on
right,
video.
for everyone, he's got a frozen yogurt tube that he's using as chapstick for all our audio.
And it's
listeners.
getting in his beard, and yogurt
Look,
is
it
white.
looks like white stuff all over his face, which none of us are surprised by.
has the right consistency. Oh my gosh! Like at this
hey,
point, like
hey, Mike, is there anything you didn't want to go there with at this point?
Why do you keep trying to gag on it, bro?
hold on.
His gag reflex is on point.
Oh, that'll make a really great Instagram reel.
all right.
Devin, Devin horking on a yogurt tube, a vanilla yogurt tube.
All right.
Okay, TV show idea.
It's called Going Woke. It is about a cast of people who are creating a TV show or they run a television channel, and they are constantly trying to make their shows more and more woke. So they just go as ridiculous. There's going to be the stereotypical every single part of the rainbow, and then one conservative ally who's pretty much a pussy, but really good with numbers and really good with working with government and shit and making sure they're getting all the grants. And their ratings just keep dropping and dropping, and they just keep pushing a woke agenda while simultaneously watching their numbers go down. And at the end of every episode, when it look, or the end of every season, when it looks like we have no viewers, no
I'm
one's
sorry,
watching
you think
us.
this is going more than one season?
Yes,
Okay.
or at least
Hold
perceived.
on.
It gives the idea of
If the
having
premise
more
is
than
to
one
see how rapidly you lose viewership, you got 3 episodes, bro, because nobody's watching it after
Yes. But at the same time,
Especially
they
like the
get
dozens
bailed
of
out.
people that listen
They
to
get
this podcast.
bailed out
That depends.
by the
That
government
depends
every
how you
single
do
time.
it.
So hold on.
Because Seinfeld was a show about nothing.
Yeah, well, that depends how you do it. Because, like, look at Stephen Colbert, right? Flaming leftist.
Yeah.
But when he did the Colbert Show,
Colbert Report, yeah.
the Colbert Report, like, he did it, like, with kind of, like, a tongue-in-cheek, like, I'm being super conservative way, right? Like, so if you do it with the right tongue-in-cheek so everybody knows you're secretly kidding, it could work.
Like
I was gonna say, is the premise
like
of the show
satire.
to like deliberately?
Oh, yeah, satirical.
Like, are trying to out woke the woke?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like it. Can I
bring it right to the end.
Right to the end, and every single time they just keep getting bailed out by the government. It's like,
Okay.
hey, we're going to give you more money. And they're like,
So
they have
there's-
no reason to have the jobs that they
That's
do.
so funny.
there's a big flaw in your problem in your
Yeah,
idea
I
here,
know,
though.
probably.
South Park already did it.
No, really.
What hasn't South Park?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, but they did an episode on it. I'm talking about somebody
real people.
smarter than me coming up with a premise of going woke and just
Hey,
be like,
So any three
Go.
of us.
Look me in the eyes.
We'll dye
That's
Mike's
not-
beard.
he almost did it. Okay, he made eye contact. You're never supposed to make eye contact.
No, you're always
He tried
supposed to
to-
make eye contact.
The eye contact is the first thing.
That's what finishes the whole thing off.
He tried to
That's
deep
what she
throat
said.
a
The thing
yogurt
is, it
tube.
feels good when it's in your mouth, but it doesn't satisfy. It's
You give me PTSD flashbacks here, Devin. What the heck, man?
So, as much as you wanted to shit on my show ideas, it's not
I
bad.
did want to, but I
It's
actually am into
not
it.
bad.
I'm into it.
I just don't know how many seasons you could run.
I
with
don't
that.
know.
You need some creative writing.
Oh,
You'd
yeah.
have-
But
it would
there's-
have to be
there's
a really
creative
slow
people out
build.
there.
No, but here's the thing.
There have to be
all
some
you
character
do, All you
development.
do is start like early 2000s, late 90s woke level, and then each one you just take like
Yeah.
two, three.
Oh,
you know
like
what I mean? Just
history.
boom, boom. That's what I'm saying.
Chronological
Yeah.
seasons.
That's what I'm saying.
On the wokeness.
there you go.
That's not terrible.
That's not
That-
bad.
You know what? That's not.
it'd be like Blackadder.
Like what?
Have you never seen Blackadder?
Sounds super racist.
So racist.
I don't care what kind
do,
of adder
do you know
he
who
is.
Do you know who Mr. Bean is?
Yeah, dude, it's a beauty.
Right. So he did a show before Mr. Bean called Blackadder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every season was a different snippet of Britain's history, where he was like some lord who, was just really like snide and hoity-toity and was dealing with morons all over the place. He's the only person that had a clue, including the king and queen and stuff like that. Absolutely hilarious. Every season was a different stage of British history. So it started in the Victorian era or the medieval era, went to the Victorian, and then went to like World War II. But
Yeah.
everything in it was beauty, but it went like that chronological order.
Nice. I like
The
that.
the chronological order could work. That could work. Yeah, that would probably work well.
So yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I think so, too.
I think
Yeah.
I'm onto
Yeah.
something. Well, simultaneously, I have no writing or skills. I just here's a great idea.
Maybe one
Daily
of the
Wire. Here you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe one of the people listening will take that
Babylon
from
B.
Oh,
Just send it
the
to Babylon B.
Yeah.
They would rip that apart and make it happen. Give it to no.
It's too late.
It was too late.
That's okay. We forgive you. That was my only chance at happiness, but that's fine.
So
Devin is like
that is a truly disgusting chip, though. The flavor of this is ass.
it's just not good.
I'm sorry. You've tasted ass.
Yeah, describe what it's like
We
to eat
can-
a booty hole.
Well, I mean,
Like the
tastes like
RJ
that.
of it.
so
Texturally,
I'm gonna make
or
this
like
into a little hole. If you stick your tongue in and wag it around there a little bit, you'll know exactly what ass tastes like.
Can you hold it though the whole time? Yeah, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I
He
can't
would
do
totally hold it.
it. I know. I was hoping it'd be more weird for
I'll
you.
give you
until
eye
held it.
contact.
No, let Mike do it.
It's like a glory hole for my tongue. Like you don't really know what you're getting into, but you're kind of intrigued.
I'm not gonna stop. I just don't. All right, I know we got people out there that are just howling.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get four dudes in the same studio.
Yeah,
Why is it that
Why
when
the
you
fuck
get?
did I do that?
I don't know. But my question is, why
I can't wait for tomorrow morning. The
why-
report
now
tomorrow morning is
you
going to
get
be mint.
for a grown
The little
man.
corner only hit one side of my mouth for the chewing, so only one side of my mouth is feeling it.
Oh, the little dynamic there.
Yeah, it's different.
I wonder if
It's like when one foot's numb.
is it like would you describe it similar to being hit in one nut with a
it went right to
scorpion?
the back of the mouth.
why haven't you eaten that thing yet? It's delicious.
I'm not doing it.
Dude, there's no way I'm eating a
Why not?
scorpion
It's
sucker.
not bad.
I don't care.
I'm
There's a
saving it
scorpion
for
in
someone
it.
special
Look,
who has the
Klaus
balls to
Schwab,
eat
pump
it.
the brakes on the bug eating, would you?
It's
Just 2 seconds.
good.
Hard no.
Oh,
It
man.
is cool.
Are we anteing up over there?
It's peaky. It's that little piece is still.
Okay, it's starting to feel like you're
almost
climaxing, and you're like going to be like, oh.
We got that.
Oh man, we got a rocket here. Okay.
That
I
might
wonder if the
that
one
might
side
have
of
put
the
it over the edge.
dynamic of that is what gets. Is it because of the one side? That was a fast nod.
Crazy eyes. He's got crazy
That was like
eyes.
an angry nod, like please stop.
That was like if you asked me one more question,
Oh,
I'm gonna
headphones
punch you in
coming
the
off
face.
again? No. Oh, he said, "Hang on."
Oh, here we go.
Not
Here we
going to
go.
say no,
Oh, it's
Rosary.
finger
It's not going to.
There's a lot of things that we didn't experience. In
Maybe
the first
all
go.
the flavor was left on the one corner.
Do your lips still hurt from
And it's literally one half my mouth.
The other half is like, what the fuck? Hey!
Oh my god, my mouth is so bipolar right now.
I'm so glad
Oh
you
man,
guys
this is
came
anteed
on.
up. This is.
I'm really glad we
headphones are
actually
off.
found that corner.
Headphones are off. Rosary's not out yet.
Yeah, one ear.
The
side-
Eustachian tube has spoke again.
The side in which
This
you
sucks
chewed
worse
on.
than the rest of the chip.
Really?
Really? What? I
Now,
wonder
could-
if it's.
I wonder if it's a combination of everything.
I think it's because he licked the packet.
Well, not just that.
You didn't lick the pack. Oh,
yeah,
but
he
the
licked the
noodle-
packet
itchy
of
band.
the
I thought you meant
itchy
the
band.
I thought you
He
meant the
had
chip
the
packet.
chip.
No, he didn't glory hole the packet.
He had the chip, and then he had the other chips, and then he switched to the noodle,
Yeah.
and then he switched back to the chip.
Oh yeah, we found one last
He's
straggler piece
had
of chip.
nothing in between. There's
Is it
no
left,
whiskey.
left or right side? You chewed it on.
This side.
What side is that? What side
Right
is that?
side.
Right, yes. The opposite of left.
So we got a right side chew on the remaining piece, and the reaction is way better high level entertainment than previous.
All right, now we got to keep the cussing down so we can actually reel this thing. All right, so
The high is coming back, baby.
here's the real frustrating part: is that I am terrified of having any of these chips. And he's like, man, I get like this high from it. There's a euphoric feeling I get.
It's
I'm like,
fucking awesome, dude.
Really hard to explain. And I'm like,
It's better than a
I
couple
can't
shots of
have a
whiskey.
ghost pepper and enjoy myself. And he's sitting here and be like, oh, that didn't help the algorithm.
It also didn't help the fact that I was recording with my phone.
I know!
I can't unsee
That's-
that.
Single fungal toe, baby.
Only hands.
Right here, baby. The special content.
Hey,
He's got feet. So, this is entertaining.
God, my one eye is watering. Not both. One. It's like spread right down my body.
it's like yin and yang, bro. We appreciate you.
You having a stroke?
This side, Usa. This side, fuck it all.
There it goes! Gotta edit that shit.
I'll just send you all this video content. You can use it for your social media.
Yeah, that's where it goes.
Nice.
Oh my god, like it's sweating behind my ear.
We just gotta
Touch
cut
it, Brian.
We just gotta
Touch behind
cut.
his ear.
Sweaty.
All right, let me see.
Touch it.
We just gotta cut
Oh,
the
yeah,
video
dude,
at
it's
the
moist.
right before he says fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's not
He
like
just touches ear sweat.
it's not like disgusting, but it's like damp. It's perspirating. It's leaving the skull.
So, Mike, here's
Man.
the
Good
thing.
on you.
We have the
This
first
is
part of
hitting
that
it.
is fine, and then all of a sudden when he's about to say my left ear is woosah and my right ear is, and then bam, you cut it off. It would like, it'd be a great video.
It's your social media.
I don't know how to do that shit. That's the problem. I'll figure it out. We're bad at social media.
I just let one rip.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It's all right.
And he
It's a-
aimed it at me.
I
I think a little got on my face.
Dude,
I'm
you
not-
cannot compress. You have to release the compression.
100%. Well, if
If you
do
don't
this,
lift
then
a
you
cheek, that's a blowout.
Well, if you lean
Yeah.
back, you can actually push it past your balls. It's like a nice little caress.
Oh, my guts are feeling it now.
Yeah. See, dude.
Well, this-
I'm telling you, this story is not over till tomorrow morning.
This is like part one.
And this is your own fault. Your monkey, your zoo. The monkey's gonna poo all over you. That's what I tell my kids.
I accept that.
Do you need?
Are you ready
a
for the
beer?
orange juice?
No.
Orange
No, I'm
juice?
enjoying this.
What? What?
Fuck yeah.
Dude, you're embracing the suck. Pound me.
No.
Don't say that.
In the context of this whole show, this like one of the worst things you could have said.
I thought I said it intentionally, but now I somewhat regret because Mike doesn't post edit anything. So
I know, and I got all those
I fist pounded Devin
heavy
for
breathing
his
going on.
awesomeness.
How much editing do you do on your show?
On my podcast?
Yeah.
Well, none because we don't put out the content.
Oh my lord.
Is it hitting your guts now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Is it
now
hitting
you've
the
got
one
noodles
side?
mixing with habanero chips or whatever that was, plus the death chip.
Yeah.
It's all comboing in your duodenum and
That's
now
what I'm saying.
entering your small intestine.
It's the noise.
I know.
Current
Almost
Devin
there.
is cursing past Devin.
Future Devin's about
Yeah,
to get his butt
But,
blown out.
but remember what past Devin said. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch.
To future Devin.
To future Devin.
Thank you for reminding. That's actually a really good reminder, Mike. Thank you for that.
Nothing,
actually.
if not
Finally, the host actually contributes to the conversation.
Whole podcast, and finally he said something worthwhile.
I've got Pepto. I got orange juice. I had milk. I put the milk upstairs because you made the chip your bitch, and I was like, oh, we don't need the milk. And
I
now,
thought that was sweat. I was like, it's beating on your arms. I was like, wow.
No, now it's just pain.
Just pain.
The high's gone.
Yeah.
Now it's just stomach
That's
pain.
like after you eat McDonald's. So good going down, but man, after you get the grumblies.
You know what's funny? Chinese food hits me harder than McDonald's.
I agree.
Like,
I think it's because like all the
but
MSG and
American
stuff.
Chinese, like,
It's not
we
real
don't have a
Chinese
good
food though.
Chinese.
Like we eat like Western culture
For
Chinese
sure.
food.
okay,
sure.
yeah, because actual Chinese.
When I went to Mexico, way better than
Chinese
eating.
food in Mexico?
No, Mexican food in
well,
Mexico.
we were talking about
White
Chinese
people- Sorry,
food.
I just meant like culturally appropriate food in the culture.
Okay, I
I
understand.
know, that's fair, but I mean, like, let's give white people tacos credit. White people tacos is
Oh, they're delicious. They are
Yeah,
great.
like not. Are we talking like party nachos? Or are we talking actual tacos?
Tacos.
Yeah, like the Del Taco, like beef, you put the sauce in, you
Yeah,
simmer
that's
it.
not bad.
Yeah.
It's delicious, but it's not Mexican to Mexican food.
No, not at all. When you get that like shaved meat on the street food in Mexico,
Oh,
Yeah.
dirt floors
It's
and like
basically
I
glass
can eat
bottles.
like 10 of those.
Yeah.
Like real salsa, like freshly chopped up
Yeah.
veggie salsa.
I was thinking
Mint
about our trip
money.
to Mexico recently. Like today, I was like, "Oh, we went to Mexico with Mike." I forgot that we did that.
Yeah.
I knew Devin was there. I knew Ben was there, and
Yeah,
and I
that
was like,
Mexican
"Oh,
food
yeah,
was
Mike was there."
legit.
It
But I
was
spent more
side of the
time at
road.
the orphanage, though.
Oh, you did. You
Yeah, I
did,
spent more time at the orphanage.
You spend more time being a good individual.
Well,
Let's
they're
not
building
go
a
crazy. He was trying to buy
Oh, that's
people.
pretty sweet.
They're
He was
building a
trying
church.
to buy people, and we were building a church.
You're trying to buy people?
No,
That's what you do in orphanages in Mexico, right?
What?
no.
Isn't that how it
Isn't
goes?
that like
No, I actually
super
didn't spend a
legal?
lot of time with the kids. I spent more time with the medical professionals
Yeah.
there.
Really?
Yeah, I
Like
taught them how to
assisting?
like tape ankles and shoulders and
Oh,
stuff.
that's good. That's good though.
Well,
Yeah.
like they have nurses, and like they are somewhat knowledgeable, but like they didn't go through like a traditional nursing
Yeah, there's no
schooling,
formal
right?
schooling, yeah.
And like their ambulance driver was like a like the equivalent of like a level 3 paramedic. So he's like, no, without knowledge and whatever, which was good.
Yeah.
And then they have an MD that comes down like once a month. Like that's legit it either. And there's no police force. Like the military roll through that town like once a week.
Did you guys hear about the war that the Mexican government was having with the cartel? Like a legitimate war? Have you heard of this?
No.
recently?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I believe it. Well,
And the
simultaneously, I
cartel
haven't heard
won.
shit.
Like they won. So
That's
the
why I
crazy-
haven't heard
the government
anything.
won?
No,
No, the cartel won.
So
Doesn't
this is what
surprise
this is
me.
what the Mexican
How you
government
doing
does,
over
right?
there, bud?
They're like
My
cruising down the
celebrates.
street. They got the vehicle mounted 50 cals, right? They're like old school war style.
Yeah, yeah.
With the cartel, dude, they've established their entire own wireless network so that they can't get tapped. They get the entire
You should,
system.
like, you should do
they
some
run
real- you
drones
get some
around to
basic
make sure that
stuff
like
in there.
streets are clear. They pick up they pattern all the cops
You
and all
should
this
go
other stuff.
go upstairs
They
and get
were
some
using-
milk.
They were using
No, orange
high
juice.
level technology to fight the Mexican government. Not even joking. And they suspect that the Mexican cartel has more people willing to fight than the Mexican government. Like they have like 1 million
That's-
people that are willing to fight.
That's because they'll get paid if they work for the cartel. You're not going to get paid if you work for the
It's the
government.
craziest thing. So they went to literal war with the cartel, and the Mexican government lost. Like how crazy is that,
I couldn't imagine
man?
being at the point where you're competing with your people while simultaneously they're out arming you.
Well, the craziest thing is that they've established their own cellular network.
Oh, that's insane.
Like that is unbelievable. How big does the cartel have to be? But I mean, to be fair, like, the American government, the Canadian government, is basically just a legalized cartel. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. We do. We just have no say. That's
Yeah,
all.
They have the monopoly on violence. Whereas down there, there's a market for it, a capitalistic
Oh, for sure there
advantage to.
Did you get a chance to listen to our ACAB episode?
No.
We were talking about policing a little bit,
Yeah.
and we kind of got on this point of they are at some point the biggest legal gang that's in Canada. They are
Really?
Oh, how are they not?
In
They're
which is
paid-
this?
We did ACAB. Sorry, all cops are bastards.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we talked about the problems that we have with policing in a lot of ways, and we don't think it's a race issue. We think it's more of a establishment issue.
A gang mentality is what
Oh,
it
it
is.
is.
So
It's
here-
very tribal.
So I don't think that all cops are bad. This is
yogurt
just
loaf.
I agree. I agree with that.
So this is how I look at it, though. Okay, so cops will protect you, but they will protect themselves more. Which is to say, if you are in a room with 100 cops and one of them wants to kill you, they will try to protect you. However, in the event that that one cop is successful,
Yeah.
they'll protect him.
Yep.
Because they turn on you, right? They will. Most cops will
Back-
genuinely try to protect you.
They'll back the blue.
That's right. So it's the craziest thing, because the problem I have is that cops get painted with this bad light. And yeah, sure, there are some bad cops. I would say that almost all of them are good.
Yes.
But the problem is those bad cops. It's like the noisiest voice, right?
Yeah.
Like the loudest people are the ones that get the attention on social media, and the other 99% of people that just don't really care. They're simply not loud enough because they're not passionate enough about something. So it's the same thing with bad cops. People get so angry about those bad cops that it makes all of them look bad. The problem is when things do go sideways, even the good cops back the bad cop to protect them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they get in his
Lower
court.
back pain now.
And that's my perspective. Back pain from a chip?
Yeah, I have lower back pain now.
Well, that's because it's moving to your booty hole.
It's moving into the rectum and storing there.
Yeah, all that energy is
I got Pepto.
It's
I
going to
got
be nuclear
tablets.
here shortly.
I got even
Feels like I have
chewables.
a disco.
Even disco.
I would probably recommend either milk or Pepto at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna curl up in
You-
a fetal position.
You simply
No,
can't
fuck
get
you,
ahead.
that's bad
My legs are
content.
Do nothing. That will literally do nothing.
It's just what
it
would
turned. It all turned.
what would
It all
past
went bad.
Devin say? What would past Devin say?
Past Devin can shut the hell up.
Past Devin's not here.
Past Devin doesn't know shit, clearly.
He's in the past. Present
Devin's
Devin
dead.
is suffering in butthole pain and back pain.
Not yet. Butthole pain will come.
That's phase 3.
Be patient, Micah.
Be patient, present Michael. I don't want to be patient.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Not that I want him to have like a
That wave
like a
is past.
lobotomy blowout right
The
now.
lower back pain phase
The
is past.
stomach
Okay.
and lower back pain phase is starting to.
I want to understand this back pain. So I know back pain a little bit, but what do you mean by back pain?
Okay, so for the last few minutes, I've been pacing because I've been having like really intense gut pain and tingles, like full body tingles.
Really?
It's like the Peter tingle, but everywhere.
So almost like
it-
And a
withdrawals.
painful Peter tingle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so I've had sciatic issues before, where you kind of have that really intense lower back pain that you just can't ever seem to get relief from. It feels like a mild but painful, like mild but
Aware.
version of like sciatic pain.
Interesting.
Yeah.
From a chip.
Amongst other
amongst
things
other
that
things,
he's eaten and
He-
without break.
Without
fair.
break.
He's
Like
had
he ate those
nothing.
other packy, spicy chips, whatever.
He finished
habanero
his
thing that was.
whiskey.
I feel like the mistake
Ate
was
the
having
chip.
yogurt.
Really?
Really?
I think when it gets to the butthole phase, I think you'll actually thank yourself for the yogurt.
Oh, I mean, you know how I was using
He'll
that
have, like,
as chapstick there? It's probably going to need...
Gonna
you
use
wanna-
it on the other lips.
Do you want another yogurt? Take home.
Yeah, but honestly, though, like
He
the...
looks at it. This is for later.
Yogurt punching his fart box. Trying to make the pain go away. This one isn't frozen enough. Come on, give me another one.
It's too mushy.
Man, like this is OnlyFans gold.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
between
like,
fungal toe and
I want a
burning
cut of the
ring hole.
Patreon on this.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, you all deserve a cut.
Speaking of Patreon,
Yeah, but like that...
Do you have a Patreon?
Every
Not
part of
yet.
this
Oh.
goes in a wave. There's like a wave, and then there's a different feeling wave that comes after it. So it's like when you're on a beach and you like fall down and you keep getting hit by wave after wave, and you're trying to get up, and then when another wave takes you out from under,
And then you're drowning again.
and then you're like trying to get a
riptide
breath, and
and
another
drag
wave
him
hits
over, kill
you.
him.
It's like they're all different experiences, but
butthole
they're
phase.
happening
That's
sequentially.
yeah.
The butthole phase is the riptide, which gonna just rip you out to sea and drown you.
Riptide.
You
Rip something.
I still feel a little high though.
Nice.
You ever had an ulcer out your ass? You will. That's what it's like to drive a Ford F-150.
I drive a Ford F-150. I can confirm.
You almost went Clint Eastwood there for a half second.
Yeah. You got so close to cool, but then you didn't.
Story of my life. I'm cool. I'm a dad.
Oh, excuse me. I apologize.
How
Well,
was that corner so bad?
I have no
swear,
idea.
like maybe when they cut the chip, there was like a pocket of like
No way.
heavy flavor there.
Concentrated
It
evil
has to
hell.
be the fact
But
that
there's no powder in the bag.
No, I know, but like, there's probably a giant pan of chip, and then they just cut it, and then they just put it in a bag. I don't. You think they mold it into a triangle?
Oh, no, they just make it like normal chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe their flavor was more concentrated on one section of the chip. Who knows?
Oh, it says warning: do not eat if you're a little bitch. Just kidding.
so-
It doesn't.
But
I think I
so
proved
that's why we didn't offer it
That's
to
why I
Mike.
didn't get it.
Yeah, we had Mike
I was
with almost the same reaction.
What was that?
With arguably just mild compared to this, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said something there, Mike. What was it?
any more of
these spicy chips, guys. You're a little disappointed you didn't do it, aren't you?
Of course, I'm a little disappointed, but not much.
Don't
Watching
worry.
you deal with it.
So, we're
Like,
And
I
he's
know.
way more
I'm-
tough than you
no,
are.
he is. He really is. In this,
Like,
In this,
legit.
in this way, let's.
I was
can
gonna go
literally-
with the spicy food.
I can literally strangle people for fun, and it's like, oh, this is great. I'm not bothered by this. And then when it comes to spicy food, I'm a little bitch. I'm like,
Agreed.
I like,
If we
I
ever
like
wrestle,
spice.
I'm gonna dap my whole body in some sort of caps and I'll just start sweating. It's gonna suck so bad, but it'll be bad for you too. So that's
Or
worth it.
next podcast, we could all just spray each other with bear spray and experience the same.
Right, straight in the eye. Yeah, straight in the eyes. Just
I like win the
Okay.
fight. Open your mouth. I win the fight. I'd be doing the interview after. It'd be like, I guess I didn't need to do underneath the jock strap. He wasn't gonna get there.
okay. So
Yes, I would.
heard that bear spray is more mild than mace.
I was
It
about
is.
to say that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because
Since-
of PETA and those bitches,
What?
they were like, we need to make bear spray less mild because we don't want to hurt the animals.
That's so
Actually,
ridiculous.
That's not true. The
How is that not true?
No, the reason that they made bear spray less potent than mace is because of the incredibly heightened sense of smell that bears have. Like, even though it's like quite a bit less potent than human mace,
Okay.
the bears experience like a 20-fold of what we do with less amount.
Look, I'm gonna level with
fuck
you.
bears.
I don't give a shit how well bears smell. If it's trying to eat my face, I want it to hurt them more.
No, dude, but like honestly, seriously, like even
So you get a
like to
bear
like the
then.
conservation officer level, like bear spray in close quarters with a bear is more effective than a firearm.
In close quarters, the idea is for it to not get so close that I have.
Yeah, but like at that point, you can move out of the area and the bear won't
Yeah,
bother you.
because bears
when
will-
they're in your face, you want spray. You don't want a rifle.
and you also,
Yeah, fair enough.
I've been
because
around
they'll
bear spray.
adrenaline through a gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot adrenaline through blindness and their nose
Can't
being
breathe, yeah.
completely lit up.
Fair
And
enough.
I've been around some bear spray, and the very
Me
fact
too.
that I know that bear spray isn't as potent as human spray,
It's horrible.
I don't want to protest.
It is horrible.
There's a lot of things I want to do in my life, and protesting in an unruly
In the
crowd,
riot?
in a riot, in a scenario
not.
where you get pepper sprayed.
Or tear gassed.
Nope.
Yeah,
I think
nope.
I'm good. I think I'm.
No, like even like hearing people's story of being like charged by bears and stuff like that, and like the effectiveness. But I mean, like they got to be danger close. Like they got to be 15 feet or closer.
Oh, dude, even that I've
to
seen
be
the spray.
effective.
If there's even a slight cross breeze, you basically need to be able to make out with this bear.
You know
need to
what?
kiss
I
on
just
the nose.
saw a reel where this guy was like backing up. He was doing everything he should. And there was like a 2-year-old black bear. Like it wasn't a big
Is that
bear.
the one where he kept hiding behind the trees there a little bit, and then he was kind of
and he was like talking at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bear,
yeah.
and then he sprayed him at
That's
the end.
crazy.
Yeah, like he did everything right. Like he didn't turn his back. He was talking at the bear. He wasn't being aggressive, and you could tell by the bear's body language that it wasn't being aggressive either.
Yeah, it was more
His
curious.
ears were up. He was curious. He was like, "Hey, playtime." Like he wasn't an aggressive bear.
Mm-hmm.
However, you don't want them to let them in your bubble, because if they do react, there's no time for you to react, right? So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he had his spray out. You could see it in the camera. And then that bear kind of did like a playful leap at him, and boom, he hit them with that spray. That bear completely vacated the area. He was like, "Yeah, no, I am out of here." And then you could see in the video, because he kept it on the bear. The bear made it about 50 yards, whatever, and they just started like swatting its face, like its own face. It was just like very, very agitated with the whole concept.
I
of it.
love how our
And-
generation is like, hey, I'm potentially going to die. I better get my camera out just in case, so
I
that I can
don't
get
With bear
understand that.
spray.
Yeah, like there's no way. dude.
No.
Like if I had a GoPro and the
It just happened
forethought to maybe like hit the record button, but I'm not focusing on holding
Yeah,
a cellular device.
and making sure the bear's
let
in
me,
camera. Like,
let me
Yeah.
sacrifice one of my defense mechanism, which is my hand, because that is
That could be
that's all
holding
you
a
got.
knife or a firearm.
Anything, and it's like, oh, I'm going to sacrifice this. No, there's none of that.
So in case I die, they'll have video evidence that I was an idiot holding
doubt.
a cell phone. Like,
well,
hello.
okay, do you remember that video of that guy who was trying to run away from a mountain lion?
Yes, and he shot
What
at
the
it with the handgun.
yeah, they had the Glock. He shot
Did,
twice.
did
didn't
he
he?
have a
No.
this guy
There was
nothing.
one
Oh,
with
you
just
one that
this
was
guy
charging
just
up that hill on
Yeah,
the road.
Just
Yeah,
the guy that was
there's
just
another
backing
video.
and backing and backing and backing.
That cat meant business.
No,
Yeah, and
cats
he's
are
like,
not to be
I need to
trusted,
make
though.
video.
So, yeah.
Fuck cats.
There's actually another one, and it is a cougar. I think.
Really?
Where he's like with
Yeah,
the
he's
Glock.
totally- yeah, he shoots. He shoots. The first time it was a warning shot, and then the cat kept coming
Okay.
at him, and he shot again. I think he was.
I think he clipped it,
No, I think he was trying to get it. I think he missed.
but he missed.
But the cat was close enough now where the bang got his
Yeah.
attention, and then it left.
Yeah, snapped them.
Holy
if we
smokes.
lived in a country where you were allowed to carry a Glock, yeah, second hand on the camera, hey, this might be cool.
However,
But
like even
you
that,
got not, yeah, even that is kind
but
of dumb.
the efficiency of handguns are not what people think they are either.
No.
Like, if you're gonna like pack a handgun firearm when you're hunting, like if you can, you better be unbelievably proficient with it. then.
Yeah.
Like you're better off carrying the weight of like a Defender shotgun
Yeah.
then, because if you are not proficient with a handgun, that's the last weapon I'd rather have spray, because
Well, even close range pistols are not.
they just
No.
but they don't pack the energy, and that's the critical piece too, right? Like, so not 2022, but 2021 fall, there was three of us. We were goat and sheep hunting up north. And we were hiking out, and we were all pretty gassed. And we were hiking out empty-handed, which kind of sucked. We're all kind of tired and hungry and blah, blah, blah. We're just, you can hear like the hiking poles, like no one's talking, right? We're all about 5 feet spread apart. And then this one part of the horse trail that we were hiking out on kind of went into this like canyon kill box where it's like basically the two mountains met, and there was literally, I don't know, 60 yards between the bases of the two mountains, and like tall spruce trees, and we're hiking out. And my buddy Jeremy's in front, another guy behind us. I'm in the middle. Jeremy has spray, other guy has spray. I don't have spray. And I'm in the middle. And all of a sudden, Jeremy in front goes, bear, 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 bear. And he's like backpedaling. And like, you're kind of in this like mind-numbing state. You've got heavy weight on your back. You're heading out. You're thinking about home. Like, you're in La La Land. And all of a sudden, you're hearing this, bear, 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 bear. Right? I don't know what to think. I don't have spray. My gun is strapped to my pack because you're not going to get it out quick enough anyways, right? So Jeremy backs into me. His spray is like on the back of his pack, so he can't reach it. So as he got to me backing up, I grabbed it out, unclipped it, and I was ready to spray. By this time, the other guy had made it in front of us also. He had his spray out. Me and him are in the front. Jeremy's getting my rifle off my pack behind me while we're just like yelling, waving our hands. And it was a black bear.
Black bears will kill you to
But
eat you.
They're
for
fucking
sure. But I mean, like
scavengers.
when you're thinking bear, 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 we're in grizzly country. I'm not thinking black bear, right? But then when you see this big blob of black coming through the alders at you.
Was it coming at you?
Oh, it was
Like
coming
charging?
9-0.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And you could just hear the like the huffing as it was coming. And and then once we got big and was yelling, it put the brakes on, right? It was like, whoa, I did not expect that, right? So it was kind of like sizing you up a little bit, and like I'm talking like 10 yards,
Ugh.
and we're just like, we got the spray out, like a couple more steps, and then we could spray. Like we couldn't spray how far. It was a sow, and she just like snapping her jaw and just like mad. But the wind is coming from her to us, so she can't smell us. And that's why we surprised her, right? Like, we kind of crept up on her. I look up, cubs are right above us.
In a tree?
And I'm like, this is a very bad spot. We're in a kill box. We can't scatter. She's on us, right? Like, So we're just like, we're at like a standstill, and it probably didn't last that long, but like it felt forever, right? Like this bear's just chomping. And then she kind of moves off to our left, kind of down the creek ravine, because there is a little creek stream that's running along the base of one of the mountains. So she moved around, and I knew what she was doing. She was taking a circle to get our wind, right? Rightfully so. So as soon as she got off, like she was on our trail. We couldn't go to the truck because she was in between us and the truck. So she moves off and starts circling us. And as soon as she got about 40 yards to our left, we just booked her down the trail. Because as soon as we got clear of the cubs, the whole situation was going to de-escalate. Right? So we take off. We're watching our six. And we get about a half a click down the trail. We stop and we're like, okay, do we want to like debrief? Like what just happened here? Like, does anybody need to change their shorts? And the whole time, I had my GoPro clipped to my pack strap. Not once did I think about, oh, wait, hit the record button. It was like teeth out, hair up, ears back, hair missile coming at you.
That means
at
business.
9-0.
That's
What?
so
Like,
What is
A
it?
hair missile.
Like-
What is it about these people that think, oh, I need to video this?
Well,
I
they're
don't
if I live,
understand
I
it.
might as well get clicks.
like if it's a body cam and you did have the forethought, and it wasn't like that bear was charging us. Like she meant business, right? Like this bear on the video, it was like playtime. It was like, hey, I don't really know what you are, but I kind of want to find out. But I'm not sure if I want to eat you or not. Like it was just very nonchalant.
Yeah.
Right? This sow, she had one mission, was to get us out of there away from her cubs.
Yeah.
And she was going to do that by any means necessary.
Yeah.
If
And
we
I-
weren't
I
big and
understand
waving,
that.
like if that was a sow grizzly, it was game over.
yeah.
Like the way that bear closed her distance, like she was probably 50, 60 yards out when Jeremy yelled, bear, bear, bear. By the time I saw her, she was like within 30 yards.
Like they're insanely fast.
And I had that spray out
you can't.
after she had decided to stop charging.
Like people look at bears and they think that this is big cuddly thing that
Slow,
they-
fat
yeah,
thing.
that's what I mean. They are not. They do not care.
Like, when
they
you-
humanize it and they're
Well,
like, oh, this is like me. No, this is nothing like you.
that is
They're built to kill. Like when you cape one out, like if you kill one and you cape one out,
Yeah.
like their shoulders and everything are just, they're built to kill. Like they're predator, right? Like the power that's in their shoulders and the way that they're designed, like they're designed for quick bursts of speed and then unrelenting quick power. Like you don't, if they're on top of you, like, I mean, there obviously are people that have survived bear attacks, but they didn't come out unscathed.
No.
Like they were actually on the other end of like very lucky to actually have lived. It wasn't like, whew, that was a close one, just got a scratch. That thing's like ripping your face off.
There was a bear attack recently.
Up the Toshoni.
Yeah, you heard about this?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was he in town at Backcountry telling his story? I can't remember where he was, but I thought he was somewhere local talking about his book. And you want some bread?
Yeah.
Just give them the whole
Yeah,
loaf.
did
We
you
can
did you
share
get
it to
the
it.
quick and dirty on that whole thing? I know they were headed back and they had a fresh kill, and the kill was in their boat, and they
Wicked.
got
Thank you.
they had stopped at one of the cabins there, and the cabin was like 30
No,
40
they were
yards.
they were unloading their boat. They were going to the cabin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They hadn't killed anything.
Yeah, they did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I talked to one of the
Okay.
guys. that
Yeah,
was
they
working
were
with was personal
going
friends with-
between the cabin and the
Yeah.
boat, and then the bear was in between.
Yeah, so they saw the bear, and they went to the cabin. They dropped the goodies off. They were on their way back to the boat, and the mama bear was sniffing out the boat because it could smell the goat.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So they chased it off, and it ran off. Went into the bush, and I couldn't believe at that point they didn't like lock and load.
Load
'cause
up.
They didn't. So when they went to the boat, they grabbed some more goodies. As they're walking back to the cabin, the mom bum rushed them. She was teaching her cubs to hunt.
Yeah.
And he just happened to be the closest one to him, and the other guys, nobody else had any
Nobody had
weapons.
any guns.
Yeah,
They were
so
at
they
the
had
cabin.
they had to run, get a weapon, and then go after her. And then now so the mama bear was attacking him, and baby bears were getting after him as well because now they're helping mom.
Yeah.
And what do? Do you shoot him? Do you shoot near it? Because you don't want to kill the bear.
You
and have it fall on
100%
him.
shoot the bear, in
Well,
my opinion.
So the only reason that guy survived was because they were able to flag down another boat coming down, and there was two like super high level trained helicopter like medics And they had like these super high level tourniquet kits. And
they had like big medical packs.
like big. They were it's like there could not have been better people to.
And then they still flew him out. Like they got him
it was the next day.
stabilized.
It was the next day.
They got him
That sounds like
stabilized.
the perfect scenario of people that you actually want to just. How in the
It was a
world do you come
complete-
across
yeah.
that? Come across.
Well, and then they boated him down the river to meet the chopper on a river bank.
Yeah, on a
And
more
then
accessible-
choppered him out. But no,
So
that's
crazy.
well. And the thing is that's you're like when you're out in that area, like you can have river boats and firearms and all that kind of stuff. You're still at the bottom of the food chain.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying these guys disrespected that in any way. Like they got caught in a bad situation, but like just kind of like a fair warning to anybody. Like, hey, I want to start sheep hunting or whatever. You need to respect the fact that you're at the bottom of the food chain.
And your head's got to be on a swivel constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. It's so
Yeah.
crazy how quick things go.
Especially when you're packing out meat. Like even when I was packing out that mountain goat, like
High alert.
oh yeah, no, like
Well, you mentioned there's lots of grizzlies out in there now. I've heard people say
they're
like
just terrible.
yeah, I've heard people say like right now it's like there's grizzlies everywhere. Like
Well, they're eating- they're-
We're darn near infested with them.
Well, because they've eaten out their territory, so they move into another bear's territory, and then those two bears move into another bear's territory because they're swathing it, right? They're just eating everything out of house and home, and you just need balance. Like that's what people don't understand, right? Like I mean, if you're gonna kill stuff to eat, you gotta also kill the stuff that eats what you eat. Right, and that it's a balance thing, and I mean, if people disagree with it or not, it doesn't matter. Like humans have encroached on natural habitat. Period. Like you're never gonna be like, oh well, we need to go back to the way it was. No, that's never gonna happen. You need to accept that and move on. But what you can do is you can balance the scales between ungulates and predators to keep the harvest balance. Like you're like, oh no, you shouldn't kill elk and moose, whatever. It's like, okay, but like we get one tag a year and we may not fill it. Those bears kill one a week.
Out of necessity to survive.
Who's tearing down the population? Humans or
bears?
Bears that are not being controlled.
Yeah.
It's pretty plain and simple.
Humans.
And you'd run the risk of human/bear contact.
Well, and now
the more bears there
the
are.
unfortunate thing now to fix it is you will have to kill needlessly. Had you kept the scales balanced consistently, you wouldn't get into these cull situations where you've let it get out of control. Now the only way to control it is to just annihilate populations. I don't like that idea. I think it's dumb because it's our fault that it got that way. It wasn't nature's fault. It wasn't anything. It was our fault because we let people who have no understanding of the science behind conservation dictate it to the point where now it is unbalanced, and the only way to rebalance it is to have these culls. And that's such a waste to the conservation itself because, I mean, like outfitters are selling grizzly bear hunts for $20,000 US dollars, right? And then they're comboing a moose and a caribou and whatever else with it. So it's big money into the outfitting business, which goes directly into conservation as well. More people buy tags, which contributes to
Yeah, 'cause,
conservation.
like, when outfitters get money, they want to keep their places nice and
Well, and they need to
pristine
keep
and-
animals in their territory.
Animals,
Otherwise, 'cause
exactly.
the animals are their business.
Yeah.
And now the one animal they can't legally hunt is killing all
decimating
everything that they make their money on.
Well, one of the biggest problems that I've seen from my
It's crazy.
I don't know that much. Well, simultaneously, I know that the people that are making these laws are completely disconnected. Not completely, mostly disconnected from the actual interactions that people are having. There's people down south, people in Vancouver
they're
area,
trying to appease a certain
making these
clientele,
laws,
or-
or at least being influenced by people that are
100%.
not in these places where, hey, we see these bears. Hey, they're affecting our society. They're
Well,
affecting our population of people.
My thing is like if the government really wanted to design a committee around conservation and then allotting the number of tags and the hunting areas and the limited entries on certain areas and whatever, they should have multiple representatives from the Guide and Outfitting Association of BC on that committee. They should have like the Wild Sheep Foundation and people of those committees that raise millions and millions of dollars privately every year and literally pour all that money into habitat, like controlled burns and collaring and migration monitoring and all that stuff to keep populations healthy. Like, and biologists, conservation officers on the law enforcement side that should make up the committee that contributes to how our hunting laws are designed.
Not some
if
one
I
position
knew that
trying
there
to
was a
buy
committee out there that was making informed decisions on our hunting laws, even if I didn't agree with what they came out with, I would respect it.
Well, that's
Because
they
it's
got
coming from people that have the knowledge and understanding
I
of
think a
what's
big-
going on in the field.
a big part of the skin in the game, right? They actually
100%.
have something to lose
Oh,
on
yeah,
it, and if you
100%.
have nothing to lose on it, yeah, it's really
then
easy
you
to
can
make
make
rules
ideas
about
based
something.
purely on ideology at that point.
Oh, this is a great idea.
And
That's a
Fucking-
dangerous political game.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you make decisions based solely on ideology, you wind up messing with real life because real life doesn't work that way.
No, you know what you wind
Ideology
up with?
is for that
You wind
reason.
up with people who have penises who think they're women.
Commies.
Penises.
That's
Back
right,
to
it
the
went-
penises.
It all started
Not
with
even on
bears.
purpose.
It all started with bears.
No,
It
you
all-
know what it started?
Started with bears.
Started
ends
with
up
13th place ribbons, bro. That's what it started with.
Oh man,
I
that's
come
that's
from-
another
okay.
podcast where you're going with that one.
I come from a generation of participation ribbons, and I say ribbons. We never got trophies. We got ribbons of hey, you participated, and I threw all of those shit away.
You get the peach
course you
one.
did.
yeah,
because
You know,
I
if
don't
you
have
got
time
peach
for any of
or
that.
if you got peach or like off white, you knew it was a participation award.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
weren't important colors.
yeah,
yeah,
no,
and I'm
Lavender.
blue and
Are
white.
you
yeah.
trying to instill that in your kids when if they go to a tournament, if they're in something and they get participation? I'm like, this should annoy you. You
Yeah.
should tell them it's like this is just saying you were there.
Yeah.
You should not be proud of this. You'd be maybe proud in the way of yeah, I went, I competed, but at no
We had
point
too
should
much
be
budget, so we bought some peach ribbons to hand out.
like I know a chick that literally had her arm broken in a martial arts tournament last weekend.
Nice.
Oh,
I know,
yeah, I
she's
heard about
officially
that.
more
She
badass
lost.
than I will ever be.
She had to
And-
have like quite an extensive surgery too.
Oh
I
yeah,
heard.
like a
Snap
spiral
the
break.
humerus. Snap the
And-
humerus.
Oh, poor thing.
How?
Yeah.
It's like, I know this girl. Like I just thinking
Like,
of
was
it,
it
like,
Kimura?
oh,
Was it a
Kimura
Kimura?
was it an
American.
MMA fight?
Yeah.
No, it was a jiu-jitsu tournament, and she's
I just remember
young.
like Nogueira. Do you remember when Frank Mir broke Nogueira's arm? That's exactly what I remember.
Yeah.
It's funny
Because you could hear the snap in the stadium.
Every time somebody says Frank Mir and Nogueira, there's like a little tingle that goes.
Oh,
down my whole
dude, it makes
spine.
you almost feel nauseous.
Dude, the same thing for
I
Anderson
just got
Silva's
chill.
leg snap.
Oh,
That's
Chris
my
Weidman.
moment.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think of it and I
It wasn't
cringe.
bad until he stepped back on it.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
That was the
so,
first time I'd ever seen that.
Do you think she
Yeah.
cared? But do you think she cared about her participation? Her participation medal is her arm being
There's
broken. It's
literal metal in
fuck,
her
I will
arm.
fucking remember this for the rest of my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
But-
that's pretty gnarly.
I guarantee you,
She's a
knowing her
tough kid,
father,
though.
knowing her,
Yeah,
she's gonna
she's
be
a tough
fine.
kid.
She's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna use this to learn,
Yeah.
and she's just gonna get better.
I heard she wasn't put in the greatest of situations with her rolling partner, though.
No.
So that kind of
She's never been.
But
She is at one of those tricky weight classes of she's not big enough to go with the older classes of people
Yeah.
who are like legitimate purple and browns
Yeah.
and blue belts, but simultaneously she's too big for her weight class and her age division. Like
Yeah.
she's just in that area.
yeah,
of-
she's strong though.
She's very
Yeah.
strong, has tons of capability, and she's going to do great. But she's
So
just
she
kind
wound
of in
up
this
having
gray
to
area.
fight
So she wound
IQ
up having to
mentality.
fight at like a level higher than where she
Yep.
was at.
Yeah, the
Yes.
IQ mentality.
Yeah.
I think.
And I saw her in her last tournament, and she was doing fine, and she was getting trapped by people, somebody much older than her, somebody who has been at it longer than she has, and she got caught. And I'm like, okay, no, you're good. You're doing great. Keep it up. But at the same time,
But
you're
putting
going
in that
against
situation
somebody-
every time can wear on you mentally too.
Oh, yeah, huge. And she will get there, and it takes time, but
It is what
time
it
it is just what it is.
Yeah.
You have to wait for it. You have to go through the grindstones, and you have to be beat out and beat out and beat out, and eventually you're going to be the person beaten. And yeah, being in that world, I'm really.
I'll
looking
be
forward to
honest.
jiu-jitsu.
I retired 1-0, so I'm good.
yeah, I
Did
retired.
the one and done.
I did the one and done.
I-
Crossed it off the bucket list.
I retired in 0-5, so
I fought a guy that was 1-2.
yeah. But
So-
he was smoking. He wasn't taking it as seriously as he should have.
not
Yeah,
at
I
all.
think-
and I
I
was
think
coming in there
he-
with like a George St. Pierre mentality.
Yeah, I think that I know
He's
that
not trying to
guy.
take
I
anything
met him
away
with-
I was
from
coming
you?
in. The only thing I wanted to do was finish him, and I
You wanted
was
to take
so
his arm
close.
home with you.
Dude, I was so close with those knees to the rib in the second round.
Yeah.
I was I was looking at the ref like, when are you going to stop it? I could feel his ribs breaking underneath my knee.
Nice.
Like I could feel them crushing.
And
I'm like, why are you not stopping this?
I know the guy's brother really well, and yeah, he didn't take it serious. If you fought his brother, on the other hand, you would have had a fight on your hand. And like that guy, he's like a passive, serious person. He's very passionate, where he'll be doing it to the utmost of his passion. But when he does it, he doesn't feel like he's trying. He's just really, really good at it, and he loves it. I'm like, if you fought his brother, would have been a fun fight to watch.
His brother is a different level, anyways. But like I mean, I caught.
What did you fight at?
Well, we did a catch weight of 165. I was 185 when I started camp, 16 weeks. And I weighed in at 165 and a half on the scales, and I was in the sauna that day.
So you were a catch weight between
welterweight and welter. Yeah. It was supposed to be 170, but apparently he was a lightweight, and he needed to come up in weight.
He could have been an easy welter if he was if he tried.
Yeah, so like he stepped on the scales with jeans and made weight. And that's the moment that he did that, I knew I had to win because he didn't take it seriously. And I knew, like, by fight time, I was gonna outweigh him by 20 pounds, and it wasn't like 20 pounds of like unneeded extra weight.
You ragdolled him the whole time.
No, I was hanging. I hate to say I was hanging out with him, but I didn't know I was going to be hanging out with. I was kind of hanging out with him beforehand. So when he asked me about you, I'm like, sorry, man. I got nothing.
When I compete, I go all in. But I knew I wasn't a striker though either.
But hanging out with them,
I knew I was going to take it to the guy.
Hanging out with them, I'm like, Mike's got this one. I'm like, I was like, no influence from me. Anyway.
How long ago was this?
I was 27, so it would have been almost 10 years ago.
Shit!
It was
10
that
years
long
ago.
It was 2014.
Shit!
2014.
Dude.
Yep.
Years
I remember that because there was a couple friends we had on that fight card.
I had never been.
Travis was on it.
Yeah, Travis was on it. I'd never been in such good shape in my life.
Nice.
Like, oh, man,
when you're
like
fight ready,
I
man.
felt like I could just like annihilate anybody.
Yep.
Like I did, and I knew I wasn't at like the fight IQ level to actually be able to do that. But like the fitness and cardio level, which was crazy because like we would train like 5-minute rounds, 3 to 4 rounds, even up to 5 rounds right before fight time. Man, I was like, man, I feel so like I could just 3-minute rounds is gonna be nothing. Dude, by the end of the second round, I could barely lift my arms. They felt like lead. Yeah. My adrenaline was dumping. It was bad. I was like, oh, man, that's why I tried to finish them in the second.
It's different. When you're in there, it's different.
The third round, well, dude, you can hear them walk the cage.
What exactly is different between the intense training and the time in the cage when you get to the moment?
It's just it's a training mentality where you know people aren't trying to rip you apart. Like, I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't know what kind of mentality or mental game he was going to bring to the ring. Like, it's not like the UFC where you have tape on the guy, right? Like, you don't know his style. Like, is he a striker? You kind of know his record and where he's from. Like, that's it.
A really good example of that is this chip that we were talking about tonight. The adrenaline dump that you get from beforehand, the anticipation, everything going into it is different than the actual event itself. They have a fun little
worked up right now.
The saying that they have is train hard, fight easy. Well, when you're in it, you're constantly. Now imagine you ate that chip every other day or every third day or whatever. When it came time to eat the chip, you'd be like, "Fuck, this is nothing. I've done this before." But at the same time, it's a different chip where you're getting yourself in the mentality of, this is something I've been here. I know what I'm doing. I've been put in this scenario. But if you're not been there before, this is your first time.
Yeah.
Going into this is your first time.
The walkout
you're
was
being
crazy.
told, dude, you've been here. You've been here. And if you would have went into it with the I've been here attitude, I think you still would have been just as fine without the adrenaline dump. But the adrenaline dump changes things because the anticipation of the event changes how you experience it.
I couldn't eat, sleep, like it was just like I was so jacked up.
Yeah, but if you knew you were fighting that guy
again,
would you be jacked up? Would you be like, I can't sleep?
I think I would have a more like excited mentality than like an unexpected mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I can tell you too, without my corner coaches, it would have been a completely different fight too. Because I trained myself to hear my coaches while I was in training, so that like because I had Clint, Parker,
I still
and
train
then
with
my buddy Peter, who was an amazing jiu-jitsu guy too. Because my game plan was taking it to the ground. So like as soon as I got him on the ground and side control and stuff, like. I was actually patient, and I was hearing, okay, Mike, like swing your leg over this way, go for the arm on the other. Like I could hear all that stuff.
That's really hard.
But I knew I out positioned him and I out strengthed him.
Yeah.
Like I was so much. I could feel it when he was trying to squirm out of my side control. I could keep him in my side control.
Yeah.
Like I could feel that I was stronger. So at that moment, I was like, okay, I can actually take some time here and listen to what my coaches are seeing and move.
Yeah.
Because I'm so focused on the guy. Maybe I'm not as focused on the moves, but they can tell me and I can react. I can take instruction, right? But to formulate that in my brain while trying not to get punched in the face is different.
No doubt.
Is there a video of that floating around?
I don't know if it's still on the 5-star page or not.
I don't know.
The highlight of the fight was the body slam, though.
Yeah.
In the second round, where I double leg takedown, but instead of taking him down, I took him up.
Nice.
And then I did like an over double leg slam into side control.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. It was the only slam of the night, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty legit. I remember hearing the crowd after that, and that's what got me my second
I remember
win.
the whole thing was properly filmed. I'm just wondering if that's floating
the
around.
The last time
anywhere.
I saw it was on like the 5-Star Fight League Facebook page.
I'm gonna talk to Clint. I'm gonna see if I can. I still get to train with Clint every Saturday.
But but now like after like I even thought like Dylan's got his gym now right in my building and stuff. I thought about getting back into it, but after my knee surgery now, not gonna do it. I won't even go roll.
I get it.
I just like because I can still feel my knee every now. Like it's fine, it's healed and whatever. But like,
you've got a whole other passion in business and stuff like that that requires you to be in shape and healthy.
Not my. I mean, I loved it. I loved that I did it. You know, a lot of the people I used to watch fights with were like, "Oh, I could do that. Oh, you can do that."
Yeah,
but I was the guy who stepped in the ring, so I'm like, "Shut your mouth." You jabroni.
Know your role.
Yeah,
anyways.
no, I know the feeling ish. I know
we
the
should
feeling.
wrap up.
I know the feeling more. I agree. I do know the feeling a little more because they say 99% of people never step in the ring, and 88% of people never step back in, win or lose.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Win or lose. They never step back in. And Mike is a great example of somebody who is a one and done. It's great. It's good. You get to say you did it. You beat 99. It is
like
so much work.
They tried to get me. They tried to get me on more fight cards that summer.
I mean, and rightly so. You put on a great show. You dominated. You look great. Like, if you had stuck with it, you would have been one of their best draws.
But I knew I was never going to go pro.
No.
Which means I was never going to get paid to fight, which means not worth it. Like, to stay amateur and put your body through that,
fuck that
and not get paid, screw it. Because, and I knew, going into the fight, I knew I was one head kick away from a really bad concussion. I took it very cautiously.
The first 3 concussions are free.
And I've gone through all 3 already.
You've already racked up your ticket.
Oh, dude, I am one bad head kick away from Mike Tyson. So
I've forgotten so many. I tell everyone, first 3 are free. It's like, what happens after that? You start losing shit. Mm-hmm. My memory is not what it used to be.
Yeah, so it's just like.
Anyways, we should let this. Was this? I feel like I fucking enjoyed this.
I caught up on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how this is all going to sound in the end, but it was a fun night. It was high half the time.
I feel like people could just be a part of this conversation.
Yeah. The audio is a little off, but it's been fun. We got
4 people in the studio.
We got to do this again.
It is.
Yeah.
We do have to do. I think we've been pretty good about letting each other have an opportunity to speak. I think we lost a little bit of the audio when Devin was fucking pacing over there and going crazy.
And then also when you left the room and we made fun of you.
I had to deal with children. I will make sure. Next time we do this, we do with my wife home so she can deal and I don't have to worry about this shit.
Anyway, front to back.
It's been a lot of fun. Would you guys do this again?
100%.
Yeah, man. But I want the gummy. I want you to
Oh.
put back the gummy next time.
I think we should just do a straight video on that one. Forget the audio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Forget
that could
all
be
this
like a
shit.
social media bit.
Just
do
do the
social
whole.
media.
but I
thing
want to
on
be
social
present.
media.
I need to be present.
Yeah, definitely.
'Kay.
Most definitely. All right, guys.
All right, love y'all. Have a good night.
God bless.
and don't be a dick.
Thank you to Kirk the Riffer Wells from Liquid State Audio. He is a guitarist, producing, and mixing engineer. Thank you from the Blue Collar Philosophers.